Oh.
It's just as well David can't come because it's just a little too
will
sitcom
tell
with
you
me
that
and
this
David
is all
sharing a
now
bunk bed.
live on the internet. So
You would, or
well, it is now live on the internet. So
all right.
all your bunk bed talk, keep it to yourself.
Whoa.
10 episode limited series. Two guys share a bunk bed and they both think the floor is lava, so they can't get up.
I love it.
10
Make it
1-hour
happen.
episodes and a Christmas special.
Let me just check. So the Twitter thing should pick that up right away. If anyone wants a link to
There it is.
send to people, here's the link in the Zoom chat, which got grosser. Thanks, Zoom.
Zoom is the best. Zoom is so great.
Hey, I've been using Teams a lot at work. Zoom is
I'm
pretty
sorry.
good.
Ooh, that's true. Yeah.
It is
It's
true.
relative.
I take everything back. Zoom is great.
Yeah, what I love is a nice Microsoft product. That's what'll get me through the day. I apologize. I am just tweeting things.
For legal reasons, Tiff, next to your character name, it says Guy English brackets, not that one.
Okay.
No, we're not sued.
Which one?
That one.
That one.
Which one?
That one.
I
Where
think
is
we're
the
live.
YouTube link?
If people, it didn't do anything in. Oh no, I know.
No, that's me.
I was gonna say it hasn't done anything in the Discord, but it has because.
Yeah, I will feel better if somebody pops up and says they can hear us.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm
just
for some
nobody
reason
cares.
signed out of YouTube, so it's not right.
I can hear you.
Thanks.
You're so
It says
helpful.
live.
Oh, yep.
Oh, someone
Girl
has that.
Phoenix 85.
Nice.
Okay.
Hooray.
Next live thing.
All right, so we're doing stuff. We got Roll20 open. Does everyone have their stuff set in Roll20 so you're not getting audio and video through Roll20? Probably.
Yes.
I think so.
What, you think we're new here? Come on, man.
I don't know. Can you all move your tokens around?
Yes. Yes.
Some
I
people
love your
move.
Right.
token.
There. It's very old school. I like the hand on his shoulder, like the disembodied hand.
Mm.
Yeah.
How would you use that as your Twitter avatar for
Unless he's
1,000
going-
years?
I mean, he looks great, right? I have to say,
He looks
As
very
some-
elfish there, doesn't he? Like very
Yeah.
Very
mean,
elfish. Yeah.
this isn't being recorded or streamed over the internet. But I will tell you that the first time I met Guy English in
Me?
person. Sorry, no, the other
The
one.
first time I meet
The
a guy
other
English.
one.
the other one.
We were in the
Wait,
same
there's
place.
two Guy Englishes?
We were in the same place at the same time for an
There's the Guy
extended
English.
period of time, and I did not recognize the Guy English I was looking for because I was looking for someone that looks like that,
Like
and
that.
that wasn't available.
Like
Um,
a pirate that just
but
got
then
called to the
I
side.
heard, like literally hours later, I heard the Guy English voice that I know, and it was connected to a different human. And then I went and talked to that person. So that's my Guy English story, and it was
Picture just
delightful.
looks like somebody off to the side just yelled, "Hey, guy who looks a little like a pirate."
Mhm.
And
I mean, to me, it just
Any
looks
pirates?
Oh, she
That
have
is,
a pirate voice.
that looks like
Oh,
that
I go
you know,
pirate.
Yes,
definitely
please.
not. You should do it.
Yes,
college
please.
college student vibes, right? You know,
The Elf Ranger pirate, Guy
Yeah.
English.
yeah.
I mean, it was clearly laundry day.
I mean, I think when you're a certain kind of developer, every day is laundry day.
Can
Every day
confirm.
could be laundry day.
Every day is laundry day.
It should be
Monday,
laundry day,
Tuesday,
but it never
Wednesday.
gets to be.
Yeah. So there's at least one or two people watching this live stream, so we could mosey in the
Turn back
direction of
now
starting.
while you can.
Mosey,
We're gonna
mosey,
do
mosey.
the thing that we occasionally do. Honestly, we're starting a new adventure. There's a lot of adventures running right now. Tony, you're running Curse of Strahd. You're running
Candle
Keys from the
Keeps.
Golden Vault. You're running Candlekeep Mysteries. You're playing in Dark Sun. You also run non-podcast D&D. Why would you start
What?
another adventure? And I don't have a good answer for that other than I am. The answer is that that
Tony needs a job.
Well, I mean, I need things to keep me busy. That's the thing.
Yes.
I mean, we're all here too, so I mean, what?
Yeah. Well, yeah. What is your
And
excuse,
we're all
people?
playing in your adventures.
Because I love you all.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
that is the truth.
yeah.
Tony, there's a weird thing going on with my Roll20.
What's it doing?
I can move my character.
It's only
but
rolling
it also
19.
moves the map at the same time.
You can move the map?
It's moving.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's like I've got the scroll button held down at the same time as I got the character held down. Oh, maybe I did.
Do you have the scroll button held down?
Weirdly, it was registering that the middle button was pressed down. Even
Okay.
though it wasn't. Okay. We're good.
Surely it was not. Also, Roll20 is a weird piece of software. When in doubt, reload your browser, but it seems like you got it, which is good because the problem.
Stop asking me if I want to join voice and video, because that is
You can just
No,
click
it's
that
really-
and then it goes away, and then you don't
just
actually
click
join it. Yeah, that's what I do.
Oh,
That's-
good.
that's a
'cause
good
that was
interface.
so
Wait,
annoying.
is
That's
it
a great
recording
interface.
it now though?
So
Nope.
great.
Nope,
No,
not if
play.
you turned it off, which
That
I
is
did.
not intuitive.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I thought I turned it off. Is it?
Are you hearing us twice?
No.
Then you're
You're
probably
good.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause we're not
Um,
hearing you twice, so that's good.
So no, the reason that we're playing a new adventure today is that David Floor, no relation to David Lore, David Floor, who you may or may not recognize his name,
David
but this
F.
is
Lore, not David J. Lore.
well, yes, David F. Lore or Floor, who wrote several adventures that we have played for Total Party Kill in the past, specifically A Night in Savoth Manor, and then A Night in Savoth Manor for 5th edition, which is a great haunted house adventure that we played over several Halloweens again and again and again for like 6 years. Due to one of those things where somebody made a stupid idea and then we committed to it, which is our brand.
I love
Was
it.
it-
But he
Revenge of
wrote
the
a new
Kobolds too?
adventure, which is like a heist set at a party, and it's called Party Crashers, and that's what we're going to play today. And one of the things about the incomparable Total Party Kill players is that they love heists. They love them.
Yes.
Too much, honestly. Somebody's
parties.
needs some kind of intervention.
We do heists in our free time.
This
And
is basically
people
our
are
training
neutral
for
to big on
heists.
parties. I specifically am not big on real parties, but a party in D&D, yes. I mean,
A fake party where
a party where I
can,
don't have
like,
to leave my house. Yeah.
Yes.
But you
It's
have to
kind of
make
confusing
small
because
talk
we're
as
in a
dozens of
party
people.
at a party.
You just want to be in control of the party. That's really.
Oh
what you
yeah,
Yeah.
this podcast is totally about me being in control.
You're so bossy.
As has been pointed out, we have pretty much all of the original Gribbets cast here, apart from Micah, who deigned not to join us.
It's kind of I mean, and we have recruited Kathy. I feel like it's
I feel like she belongs.
yeah, no, I feel like it's
I
I
thought
was
she
going to
was
make
there
a
the whole
comic
time
book
when we were
reference
playing
that I think
Gribbets.
now doesn't work anymore because of movies. I was going to say it's a Captain America Hulk situation where Hulk was originally part of the Avengers and they kicked him out because he kept smashing stuff and it wasn't helpful to their thing and they like nice things. And then they later found Captain America and they gave Captain America honorary founding member status, which is like, yeah, you weren't there when we founded it, but you know, your energy was. And that's basically what we've done with Kathy and Micah.
You know what? I'll take it.
Sorry, Micah, you're too green.
Did we put Micah? Did we
Except
freeze
for
Micah?
we like smashing things,
Hmm.
and Micah's probably
Yeah.
too good for us.
The idea that
Yeah,
we did
all the
Gribbets
smashing.
without
Mhm.
Kathy is it doesn't really seem right. So yeah.
And
Yeah.
also, her character for this was created 2 years ago.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. We
For
were
folks
optimistic
unfamiliar with that,
Tony
the
let
Gribbets
us.
Adventures are an adventure where we play an adventure put out by the Dragon Friends group, and it's an adventure where the players technically are trying to solve a mystery, but also like a lot of people die.
Some of them on accident.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
most
you know
on
what?
purpose,
The
honestly.
deaths. I mean, how do you put a price on individual people? The property damage is extensive, so it's one of.
I
it's
mean,
one
they
of
were
those kinds of-
orphans, so
you could
really
start by checking their
to the-
pockets. That's
Yeah.
that's their price.
Yeah.
Not that many people are going to miss them.
Yep. So somehow I've been foolishly collected a similar group, and we're going to play Party Crashers, which is the name of the adventure. Anything else we should cover before we start the adventure? You've got Roll20 open. Everyone is recording.
Yes.
Roll20 is
Yep.
hopefully cooperating.
kind of.
You got your character sheets.
Do we need to apologize to David now, or should we wait until after we have at least one episode in?
I think that David finds our antics amusing. So,
he still speaks to us after
You're
19
welcome,
years
David.
of Night at Save Off Manor. I think he'll.
Did you say you're wankum?
I said you're welcome, but hey,
now she did.
Wankum.
But just get all the swearing out the way.
Everything sounds like
Still
wankum,
leg,
to
right?
Wanking isn't swearing.
That's
I
fake
mean,
swearing.
it is if you're in the UK. But
Is it?
But I'm not.
Really?
well,
Yeah, I'm not either.
It is.
But you guys invented more swears. So it hasn't reached us yet. I will suggest the one thing that Erica had asked that we do on some recent adventures that I suggest we do here. We will start the adventure. I'll introduce the players. You'll do your character briefly, and then we go back around, and especially for folks who have new characters, do like a more, behind the scenes, or not behind the scenes, but like who your character is and what they're, whatever you feel like sharing about your character, so that people have a chance to know what the characters are beyond just beyond just that you're simply this creature and this type of class, but a little bit of their backstory. I don't need 5 minutes, but just a minute or two about their personality and interests or motivations, whether they are someone we know that we've stolen the identity of, etc. So
The funniest thing, all of my characters before this, I've spent so much time on like backstory nonsense
And
that it
now-
never came up. This time I did nothing. Like
You can-
nothing.
you can be brief, Tiff,
I'm like,
or
No
whatever
one's
you
gonna
say
need
there.
This. I'm
No
not
one-
gonna waste my time.
Tiff, I'm sorry. And you're finding out that you're doing this now. All right.
Lots of tables in the player handbook. You could just start rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
you
do
just
what
say-
I did
Or
and
just-
say, "Hey
Derek-
James,
Rabbit
will you write
hole.
my backstory for me?"
or this is a character cloaked in mystery with many of their motivations secret and their personality to be determined. So
Chat GPT, write me a backstory for a month.
God.
there you go. Mhm. All right, let's do the thing. And we'll play for an hour, we'll take a break, and then we'll play another hour. Is that good?
that
Cool.
works.
Mhm.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a Dungeon Master. I use he, him pronouns. And today we are doing one of those special things we do at Total Party Kill. We are starting a brand new adventure. Today we are starting specifically the adventure Party Crashers, an adventure written by David Floor. It's branded as a sidetrack social adventure for a party of any levels. I'm going to tell you, it involves a heist, and it's called Party Crashers, so you could probably figure out that it involves a party. We're going to send some adventurers to a party, and they're going to steal stuff because that's what they love to do. Allow me to introduce our players, who will briefly introduce the characters that they have provided for this heist adventure. First up, it's Kathy Campbell. Hi, Kathy.
Oh, hello, Tony. I am Kathy Campbell, she, her, and I am playing a satyr bard whose name is Eloise of the Woods, but you can just call her Elle. She really loves to, help out the poor and the downtrodden, and is out here because she was tired of just being like a party girl and ready to make a difference in the world.
Lovely. Also joining us, it's James Thompson.
Hi, I'm James Thompson, he, him, and I'm playing Valeria Shatterbone, she, her, who's a half-orc barbarian who's trying to let go of her rage, but the world can just be so annoying sometimes.
It is. Also joining us, it's Annette Wierstra.
Hello, I'm Annette Wierstra, she, her. I'm playing a Verdant rogue for the first time, so you're welcome. And they, them.
Like a virgin,
And-
broke for the very first time.
Yes.
Aw.
And their name is Hrill, spelled Hril. Hrill.
You just heard his voice. It's also Steve Lutz.
Hey, it's me. Also, Steve Lutz. I am once again playing a ghostwise halfling monk by the name of Diendo Fat Rabbit, puncher of butts, finder of bear traps with his feet. When this character was created for the White Sparrow Adventures quite some time ago, I wrote a somewhat extensive backstory. But when I say wrote, I didn't actually put it on a piece of paper or in a file or anything. It was all in my brain, and now it is gone. But what I remember vaguely was that he was an orphan that was adopted by some monks in a monastery, and then as soon as he was old enough to be kicked out into the world, he was, because he used to annoy the hell out of everybody. So.
A tale
Is this like a self-identifying character trait?
Play what you know.
I'm not sure what that means, Kathy.
I don't know either.
And last but certainly not least, it's Tiff Arment. Welcome back, Tiff.
Hi, Tiff Arment here, playing the High Elf Ranger named Guy English, which is definitely an identity stolen in the name of this adventure. So
we are really leaning into the heist theme.
Well, I don't want to lie as Tiff, but I feel like Guy is gonna be a big liar because he steals people's identities.
Is he a high elf?
He might be high. He might be a pirate. He might be French. We have yet to determine.
So some of these characters are returning. Some of these characters are new. For the purposes of the adventure, we're going to assume that all of your characters are acquainted with each other and have answered a call for a job posting as a collective unit. I would encourage you, if you'd like to kind of share anything that the group would already know about your character from previous travels, perhaps previous heists. I will tell you, you have been recruited to run a job for the Black Cat Thieves Guild. So, you are hopefully are characters that are at least comfortable, if not experienced, if not enthusiastic about operating on the other side of the law.
I mean, I can give you some more backstory on Valeria.
Tell us about Valeria, James Thompson.
Well, mother was an orc, father was human, didn't fit in anywhere when she was young, so kind of drifted first into mercenary work and then eventually, deep into the criminal underworld. But it pays well, though. She's used to the finer things in life, but her relative wealth doesn't really mean that she's not treated like an outsider by everybody, mainly because of how she looks. Would quite like to be invited to some kind of fancy gathering as something other than just the bouncer. 2 meters tall, so does stand out at parties. Piercing blue eyes, dark brown hair, light green skin, small tusks at the bottom of her mouth, slight points at the
just
end
like
of her
James.
ears.
Yep, got it.
Yep. Not a monster, not really considered a person either. And will be wearing a sleeveless tuxedo, showing off the muscles. Would one day like to get that dress in the window.
Excellent. I'm excited to work with Valeria. Anyone else have fun facts about their character that the group would be familiar with at this stage of your exploits together?
I'm just not going to say that I'm a criminal, but I'm definitely a criminal. I've been practicing crime since I was very young. And fun fact, I am distant cousin of Rill, spelt W-R-I-L, who joins the Space Jammer Academy. They are much more law-abiding than I am. That's why we're distant cousins.
I love that Space Jammer Academy.
I know.
Basketball, cartoon characters, and a lot of learning.
D'Angelo, let me ask, when last we saw you, or maybe this is in your future, you'll be in White Sparrow. I don't know which way time flows. Other than that, you were drafted to appear in this adventure. Is there an explanation for how D'Angelo has ended up on this side of the law?
Oh, D'Ando's just in it for the butt punching.
Okay.
Yeah. No, the reason he got kicked out of the monastery was that although he is a good character, his definition of how you get to good is bad. It's fungible.
Okay.
So
you put the funge in fungible.
Yeah, exactly right. Sometimes good means following the law. Most of the time it doesn't. And sometimes it just means going to parties and punching butts and seeing what kind of fun you can make.
And let's be clear, in the city of Waterdeep, where our adventure starts, not everything that's on the side of law and order is necessarily good. Waterdeep is a huge, sprawling metropolis, the biggest city that any of you have ever been to, and perhaps even biggest city you've ever heard of. It's one of the biggest cities on the Sword Coast, and there are lots of people who are on the side of law and order, that are corrupt or use their power for bad things. So just because you happen to be people that occasionally rob and steal and doesn't necessarily mean that you are bad people. We're not defined by our actions. We're the company we keep.
What you're saying, Tony, is that my little butt punching monk is nuanced, right?
Yeah. There's a rich spectrum of butt punching out there, is what I have to say. And you get to decide, for example, there's robbing a fancy house is one kind of not so good. Murder is another kind. And we all get to figure out who we are in this crazy mixed up world. So
I was told that I was a bit quiet, so I have just pumped up the volume, as it were.
Okay.
Pump up the jam, pump it up,
pump it up,
your
pump his feet up, pump it.
The jam is pumping. You can hit the body.
Yeah, I did that.
Pump it up a little more. Get your body going on that. It's a party, you guys.
Yeah.
Because that's where the party's at. And
Do I sound better, people,
Find
in
that.
YouTube?
Oh, wow.
No idea. All I can hear.
All I
is
can hear is
Hey,
singing.
you
So.
say,
I should have known.
Make my day,
My day.
All right.
make my day.
make my day.
All right.
The roof. The roof is on fire. Oh wait, that was
rules,
last
you
adventure.
guys.
Last adventure.
So our adventure starts not at a party, but at
Aw.
the Shady Duck, a rundown bar in.
Not the Shady Dock.
Nope, Shady Duck.
The last time I was here, it
autocorrect
had a
will get you
different
every
name.
time.
It definitely had a.
It
was
does
under
look
different
like
management.
Yeah, it
before.
it
Now
does
it's
look
the Shady
like
Cuck Tavern. So.
it does look like the sign has hastily been changed, and it's just like cardboard taped over a wooden sign, and there's a banner that looks like it's been hung up several times that says now under new management. So even by Waterdeep Dock Ward standards, the Shady Duck is a run down bar. The news about illumination, sanitation, and manners have not reached the Shady Duck. But this is where you were asked to meet. You were specifically asked to meet with one Augustus Stone, Sergeant at Arms in the Black Cat Thieves Guild of Waterdeep. I'll put that name in the chat because otherwise you don't learn anything.
Like we're gonna learn it.
Yeah.
Wait, we're supposed to learn things?
I try. So as scoundrels operating in and around of Waterdeep, you would be familiar that, a few years back, there used to be like the exemplary kind of thieves guild was run by a notorious underworld figure known as the Beggar King. But there's some kind of infighting and intrigue, and the Waterdeep Guild of tricksters, beggars, and cutthroats they kind of fell out of favor, and the Black Cat Thieves Guild is the kind of new up and coming organization for pulling heists and ambushes in and around Waterdeep. Stone is in the back of the bar in a particularly dimly lit booth. You recognize him. He's got kind of a friendly smile, but it's missing a few teeth. And he looks like a little seedy. Looks like he's been around a little bit. Kind of looks like one of your
Shady.
He just looks like one of those classic Guy English kinds of guys.
Oh, boy.
Can I steal his identity?
We don't steal identities on this podcast.
I mean, you could borrow
You just
it.
borrow.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you could borrow
honestly,
it.
we are thieves, right? This is my
Yeah.
favorite kind of thieving is identity
Mhm.
theft. So
Yeah.
That's true.
But he is
It's not a joke.
he has called you here with the offer of some kind of job, and he kind of waves at you and motions for you to crowd into his little booth in the back of the Shady Duck.
I mean, he seems to be holding a bag of money and a knife. I'm not sure what the message he's sending here is.
He does seem to be counting out coins on the table with a knife as kind of a way to separate them all into little piles. And he kind of slides that aside as you all crowd into the bar, and he says, "Friends, so good of you to come. I know this isn't the most convenient location in all of Waterdeep, but what it lacks in comfort, it makes up for in discretion. He kind of looks around the bar. No people have given your corner of the bar a pretty good berth, and the kind of people that are here, a lot of them look pretty inebriated. The other ones do look like they've got that like potential to murder you, but they're keeping a respectful distance. So it's just a nice family joint. I hope the trip was okay.
It was fine. So what do you have for us?
Yes, good. I like it. Right down to business. You're
absolutely
Black Cat material. So we live in interesting times, and my organization finds ourselves in a unique situation where normally we would, we like to take care of business ourselves, but we find ourselves in a situation where contracting out is necessary, and that is where you lot come in. So we have a job that needs jobbing, and it's outside city limits, hence looking to pull in some outside help in the form of yourselves, and just want to make sure that's amenable to all of you before we get into any of the kind of proprietary details.
So what I'm hearing is we're disposable.
You're you're free of entanglements is how I prefer to think of you.
I mean, we're here.
I mean, disposable, posable, you're whatever you want to be.
I mean, how much are you going to pay us, though?
Well, I like you. Here's what I'm offering: 150 gold pieces for a job well done.
Each?
Per person?
How about for a job
Sure.
poorly done?
You guys
I also
always
would like to know the poor price.
You did that. You did that last time. That's 150 for the group. And this is one of those jobs where subtlety is appreciated. So there's a 50 gold piece sweetener in it if you if you don't burn the place down.
I recommend you keep that in your pocket.
No guarantees.
Define burn down. If something went on fire and the building stayed up.
Something went on fire.
Wow. What are you, the New York Times writing about police brutality? That was
Things go on fire all the time.
Yeah. Look,
Ripped from the headlines.
I know that you have a versatile set of skills here, but part of the mystique of the Black Hat Thieves Guild and the folks that we allow into our hallowed ranks, the folks that we contract out our best jobs for, is that sometimes it's best when no one even knows who was there or what was there. So it's like it's better if I'm just saying where there's fire, there's heat, and we don't like the heat. Heat is the guards, guys. Watch.
Oh my god, thanks for explaining that to us.
And
that so helpful.
We all got to live here, and I don't like to spend a week answering questions every time we take some stuff that is should have been ours to begin with. So yeah, I'm saying 150 gold pieces, 50 gold pieces bonus if you do it on the down low.
I think the first offer was that we don't burn anything down, not that we are on the down low. I would really like to see the full terms of this agreement, just to make sure that we are fully understanding exactly what's going on.
I was using the burn the place down as a figurative example that was meant to be perhaps extreme, and I am now realizing that you people have taken it literally. Look,
obviously,
if you can get through this with nobody murdered. And
Define murder.
No,
I mean, is murder
nobody.
premeditated?
Yeah,
Manslaughter.
No alarms is what I'm saying.
So we
no
kill
bodies.
everyone.
So if we do quiet killing.
No, so we disable the alarm, then we can kill people.
right.
Okay.
Does the place have electricity?
I'm gonna.
I mean, we're just asking for specifics.
If this was not time sensitive, I would be checking in with other groups right around now. Look, just do the best you can.
So
Just do the best you
before
can.
we agree to this
What are we
seemingly
doing?
low price, what are we stealing?
All right. Yes. Excellent. Brass tacks. So, a certain Water Davian noble by the name of Lord Venril Darathar has a certain item that we would like to have in our possession.
So Lord VD has an item that we need.
Okay.
Excellent.
Got it.
He has a detailed ledger of all of his business dealings, including some that we think are incriminating or valuable for us to know about. And so we need you to get his ledger and bring it back to us, just so that we can all make sure that our nobility is up on the up and up. And it so happens that he is throwing a fancy party at his estate this very evening that provides excellent cover for liberating the ledger from his estate.
So have you provided us with some way into this?
Indeed, I have. And
Excellent.
You'll understand there has been a decent amount of materials and research and scouting put into this operation already by the Black Cat Thieves Guild, and you can therefore understand why those goods those services comes at a cost. Hence, perhaps the slightly lower amount than you are used to for the opportunity. Here's what I'm prepared to offer you. Of course, travel by coach and wagon to the Darathar estate, which is several hours outside of Waterdeep. It's in the countryside, and we have made special preparations ahead of time. Several individuals and an organization that we have a VIP invite for the party. It seems that Alantir the Ominous, a warlock of Baldur's Gate, well, he never got his invite, and he pulls out a shiny, glossy, black with gold lettering invite to the gala, to the party that's happening tonight. And
yes, I love impersonating people.
So one of you will be a VIP as Alantir the Ominous, and the rest of you will be taking the place of Drax Entertainment Services, a totally legitimate business that the Black Cat Thieves Guild set up last week, and that has been contracted by Lord Darathar to provide combat demonstrations and musical entertainment.
I think
Excellent.
Diendo is the perfect VIP.
Musical butt punching is
So obviously,
my specialty.
You may need to do some thinking on your feet. We also have a plant. There is we put a member of the Thieves Guild.
What is it, like a rhododendron? Or,
Yeah, I was gonna say ficus.
He's low to the
fern?
ground.
Is this
I'll
that
tell
kind
you
of party?
that. Merrimack Buttons. He's a halfling.
That's a weird name for a plant.
Buttons.
Merrimack's Buttons. He owes he's a low level member of the guild. He owes us some favors, and he's been on kitchen duty at the estate for a week now. So I think he'll be able to give you some information about what's going on, and I will graciously front you part of the payment should you need to make some purchases on your own for equipment.
And what is like the costume budget that you have?
Here is 50 gold pieces. He passes you the sack that he was counting money out ahead of time. That is out of the total 150 that you will be compensated for. Spend that however you see fit.
I feel like this deal's getting worse.
Yeah. We have to provide our own uniforms
plus
for this
expenses.
There are the coach does have some basic vests for the staff. I would suggest that whoever is going to be volunteer may need to provide their own robes. So just to recap, one of you will be Alantir the Ominous, a warlock from Baldur's Gate. The rest of you are either two of you will be part of the combat demonstrations. Two of you will be musicians or pretending to be musicians. Just do your best. Merrimack Buttons is our guy on the scene. You should check in with him when you can. And I would expect this is a fancy party, Waterdavian upper elite here. Probably your ability to get weapons in will be limited, so you may plan to improvise for what you'll be using for equipment from what you can find inside the estate itself.
We're going to do a combat demonstration, so we need weapons for that.
Indeed,
Yeah,
I've been told that it's been taken care of.
I also think if we've got musicians and we're bringing in musical instruments, those musical instruments could be filled full of, say, axes.
How many axes can you fit in an axe?
Because I like the sort of the idea.
Yeah, we
that,
need a piano.
Yeah, we want to bring in a full orchestra.
Only the best entertainment. for the
That'll
party,
cut
of
through your
course.
50 gold pieces budget real fast.
Okay, maybe it's a smaller orchestra.
And I'll
we
remind
roll
you
to
that.
steal an orchestra.
Oh, you guys
Bribe
need to
with
do the pre-heist
money.
heist. Where
We
you
need
heist
to go
the orchestra.
and hire the
We're
orchestra.
professionals.
I need the gathering equipment montage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Did
so
any of
you
your
have
operatives happen to gather a map of the premises? Do they have any idea where this ledger is kept?
Merrimack thinks it's on the second floor, and he will be able to give you a map when you make contact with him.
He thinks it's on the second floor. This is really like
Elle,
I think
we live in an
Yes.
inexact world, and we operate in an inexact business. If you want exact things, go be an accountant. Otherwise, this is the Black Hat Thieves Guild.
And yet
learn to live with it.
And yet
Wow.
the money
Yendo
you're
walks out
offering
and
us
joins an
is
accountant's
exactly 50 gold pieces.
With a 50 gold pieces budget bonus if you don't screw it up, which which clearly seems like
okay, this is changing.
you've
Yeah, you're
already
saying
discarded.
screw it up. Like a minute ago, it
Yeah.
was setting the place on fire.
and then it was no alarms. Like
Mhm.
I need to see this written down, please, before I sign.
They don't-
anything.
I don't think they put their plans deals for
Please
heist in
write
writing.
down this
Yeah.
heist plan.
Yeah, are you wearing a wire?
Several.
Do you have any other questions for August Stone of the Black Hat Thieves Guild? I mean, probably.
August? I thought his name was Augustus.
Well, it's August for short.
Okay. No.
So
guess.
we're getting an advance on this job to buy some equipment.
Yes. And I don't know, you have set up your character sheets. Maybe there are some things that you think that you would be useful to have. Basically.
I already have an upright base case.
Okay.
Completely empty, ready for
Does it have a false bottom?
It
Yeah.
does. It doesn't need a false bottom. It's a case.
I could punch it.
And I have a variety of musical instruments already.
I have a pan flute.
I've got a big
People
It
say
sword.
it's
is useful
annoying.
to have a bard, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we should probably have the bard be one of the musicians. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
Slick.
Yeah.
Strange
Love it.
ideas,
Yeah.
James.
Yeah. So strange, but I guess.
So you should decide now. There are 5 of you. One of you should be the VIP, who is volunteer the ominous. I don't think it has to be.
That's
a magic.
me for sure.
It's the end. I mean, I just think the
So
visuals
ominous.
alone.
Ironic.
The
I mean,
vibes.
it could be a magic user. It doesn't have to be. It seems like, and then you need somebody to play music, somebody to pretend to play music, and at least one person to be combat demonstrations. Do you want to go over what the classes that you have present here and who would be best for what?
I mean, I'm a barbarian, so kind of feels like combat more than musical performance. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Only because we're like doing the expected in order to like hide under the wire, like not have anybody question anything. And I think
Yeah.
having a barbarian half orc be the demonstration would be a
yeah.
good
I mean,
cover.
I would like to be the VIP, but I realize
You always want to be the VIP.
I mean,
James.
I mean, my character would like to be the VIP. Me, I'm just so humble.
Mhm.
We all just want to be the VIP, so we're all gonna roll up as like this one
Yeah.
person.
Just
Why?
all of you under one very elaborate trench coat. Yeah.
We're super ominous
Why-
because
Oh
we're
yeah,
really
he's
tall.
so tall, so
I mean,
tall,
like, we
and,
could-
and so many arms.
we
Oh my
could
God, just an
have
entire
like
party in a trench coat.
we could do like the sensible thing, or we could roll for it.
Mm.
Oh no.
Diendo actually has some musical chops. He had to play for money on the streets when he was young, so
Nice.
I'm down for the band.
You can punch those drums.
Not only do I have a pan flute, but I'm also proficient in it. So
Nice.
I am a high elf ranger, so I'm pretty good with a longbow. So I could do the demonstration. I don't know, shoot an apple off of somebody.
Does
Nice.
that mean
So who wants to
I'm-
have an arrow shot into their shoulder then?
I think
I
that
said
sounds
I was good. I also am wearing chainmail, so I'm protected.
I think that might mean Haril is the
tiny VIP? I'm very
Yeah.
ominous.
And what character class is Frill?
Rogue and a verdant, so like a small green creature.
one thing I learned on the streets is
I
that if
have no
somebody shoots
magic.
at you while you're playing the pan flute, the audience loves it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's true. That's true.
I do
No-
have
no-
no magic, which
Does any of you have magic?
I have
magic.
magic.
I have
But
some.
stupid magic.
I've
Oh,
got
bad
Cure
magic.
wounds.
I've got
Oh.
I wound you.
I have magic, but I can't control it.
Wild magic.
Yeah.
I can detect magic.
I can do
Okay.
that too.
Magic.
Kathy, remind me, what is L?
Bard.
Bard.
A satyr bard.
Or Satyr Bard. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
Oh.
clearly on music.
Yeah.
I
All right.
have a cantrip
typecasting.
which allows me to send messages at will,
Me too.
so that might be useful.
That is useful in
You
a heist.
are used to
Yeah.
impersonating people.
I am used
I-
to impersonating.
Yeah, I can do minor illusion.
I'm not that ominous though.
Like I'm ominous as a tiny little green creature.
I'm 2
Hmm.
meters
Yeah.
tall.
But when you're
don't
a
have to
tiny
be
little
big to
green
be
creature
ominous.
and people call you the ominous, that just makes it more ominous.
It's true.
Yeah,
When people
yeah.
talk, like,
Yeah, you're gonna
Oh,
be
like
messed
game
up.
for it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
game to be
Let's
it.
do it.
Okay.
Like when somebody's called Tiny. Got
And
it.
also to be a warlock with no magic.
Yes,
Mm.
vote Hurl.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. So do you feel like you've assigned your roles? A VIP will be Annette as Hurl,
Yeah, Hurl.
combat duty, Valeria and English, and then music is Diendo and Eloise of the Woods.
Yes.
All right. Excellent. And so you have
You
made
can just
your
call me
plan.
Guy or Mr. English.
Oh, I can. Thank you, Your Honor.
Who
So,
am I pretending to be again? What was the name?
The
Uh,
ominous.
yeah,
Volunteer.
Allantir the
Volunteer.
Ominous.
volunteer the
Uh,
ominous. Something
Do
like
any of you know anything about Baldur's Gate, where Allantir is theoretically from?
I don't know, Tony. Do we?
Can we roll? to
Sorry,
know?
allow me to just, let me correct that. Do any of your characters know
Okay.
anything about Baldur's Gate?
Let's see. 21 on history. How about that?
You know a lot about Baldur's Gate, and presumably you're willing to share that with Rel.
I'm willing to share my knowledge of Baldur's Gate with you.
that. You can do like a
Excellent.
Cyrano
You
de
can-
What else are
Bergerac.
you going to share there,
Talking.
guy?
Later.
So, Grill, just so you know, I think everyone here would have heard of Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is one of the larger cities on the Sword Coast. It's several days travel south of Waterdeep. So it might be more like more than a week. Probably not necessarily a place any of you have ever been, but probably a place that you would have all heard of. It's a major city. It's a lot. It's not as big as Waterdeep. It's a lot kind of more rough and tumble, kind of gritty, kind of. It's got kind of a bad reputation. It's a city that's a little
I
bit
don't give a
down on
damn
its
about my
luck.
bad reputation.
It's known. It's got like a lot of cults. It doesn't have the economic prosperity that Waterdeep has had. It's
Cult of
Yeah.
Have the
Dusk?
cult of ducks.
I think you're waiting for the next census report to come out to learn which are
Well,
the
they
top
have the
cults.
cult, the dust, the ducks, and the dusk. They have all three.
Let me just, the Baldur's Gate Chamber of Commerce would probably say that they celebrate the religious freedoms in Baldur's Gate. And
Decults
that-
only.
Yeah, but if you're into a cult that say it involves like human sacrifice, like you're welcome there. It's not not a deal breaker. So they're a little bit. It's not as nice a place as Waterdeep, which is known as the City of Splendors, the jewel of the Sword Coast. It's but that is where Allantir the Ominous is coming from. All right, so it is a good number of hours later. You have perhaps bought some fancy robes for Volunteer. If there's any other equipment that you imagine that you would have wanted that wasn't on your character sheet, like rope, you can add that to your character sheet.
What I would like, because we're going to do a combat demonstration, I think we need, wooden weapons, like the kind of thing that would get... Well, let me finish.
Okay.
Kind of thing you get through security very easily. But inside those wooden weapons, there are, in fact...
Or metal weapons.
Metal weapons. Because they don't have metal detectors there.
They don't have
that you know of. I was thinking that you do the swords and things that have like the braces on them that could be locked, but they're not actually locked, and then you just take them off, and it's
or you do the thing where you have a sword that's made out of several component parts that you fit together after you
like
get
that.
through.
Also an option.
I don't think that exists in any way, shape, or form.
We could find an artificer who would do that for us.
Okay,
some kind of
on the cheap, a discount artificer.
Yeah, it's not going to be the best sword, but
no, but it'll be a sword.
Yeah.
Definitely won't be one where I'll make you roll a die every time you use it to see if it turns into tinfoil.
Well, this is why I like my wooden sort of.
Yeah, that works.
The horse, the wooden horse, except it's full of swords.
Diendo is just going to put a little flag on the end of his spear. So
there you go.
He's going to do some,
Yeah.
Smart.
Some flag work.
All right, and
You're
so
part of the color guard.
Yeah, drill team.
Like, I'm just wearing in my rapier because it is a dress rapier, fancy, and
I think as the VIP, you'd be
off.
okay. I think if you were staff at the party, that would be not okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is several hours later, and you have arrived at the Darathar estate. Well outside of in the rolling countryside, outside of Waterdeep. It has been, you are well out into the wilderness, and I imagine probably there's like basically the VIP is in a coach, and the rest of you are in a wagon behind the coach. So slightly less glamorous, but you pull
Diendo's going
up.
to take this opportunity to take out his disguise kit and put on his ridiculously large fake mustache.
All right.
In case he needs to take it off and pretend he's not Diendo at some point.
Indeed. Well, at the very least, if you do something criminal here, Diendo is keeping his record clean.
I hope you brought one of those for everyone.
Yeah, some of them are a little worse for wear.
I have my own disguise kit,
God.
so
These ones at the bottom you probably don't want to put on your face.
Oh,
It's just a slug.
So the Darathar estate is a huge, massive, lavish estate. It is actually it's starting. It's evening. The sun is setting as you approach, and it is this big. You are kind of waved in to this kind of walled compound, and there's a huge. Two-story mansion inside the compound. There's a beautiful fountain. There's a big road that kind of loops around it, and you can see that there's a good number of coaches, presumably that have brought other guests to the party, and wagons, which have probably brought staff and supplies and whatnot. And standing on the gate, on the steps, waiting to greet people. It looks like there are two servants, but there's also a rather imposing half-orc bodyguard kind of standing behind them. And as you kind of pull up, a gnome dressed in kind of luxurious finery kind of rushes out of the double doors to greet you. Double doors. There are also a good number of you're very aware there's a decent security presence here at the Darathar estate. There's two guards flanking the door. So this is it's not like you're in the Wild West here.
I
Is there
assume
a
we should
staff
all go in
entrance?
together. It doesn't seem
Yeah,
like Alantir the Ominous would hang with like lowly musicians.
2 musicians and 2 other.
Yeah, we'll assume that you're arriving more or less at the same time, but separately. Right?
We have the stagecoach go round, do a few
Sure.
orbits.
And we'll just say, you get out of your various modes of transit, but it looks like the noble and the half orc bodyguard head in the direction of Frill, and the two servants scurry over in the direction of the rest of you. So it seems like you've already been sorted based on who you appear to be.
I mean, the double doors were there to help sort.
I just look over at the other half orc and kind of give them the look.
The other half orc is a female half orc, and she has that look of being kind of like a tough, burly looking security, and she kind of returns your look, Valeria, with kind of a nod and kind of a like, clearly we are the only two half orcs at this giant sprawling estate. But she's clearly keeping her eye on the noble that rushed forward. Do I have art of people? I do.
If these two aren't kissing by the end of the adventure, I have failed.
All right. So Hrill, you are currently in the guise of Alantir the Ominous, and I'll assume that you're probably holding the shiny black and gold invitation. And so this the gnome approaches you, and I've got art for him that I've sourced from the internet. And he runs right up to you and says, hello, and you must be Alantir the Ominous. We are so glad that you were able to make it. Everything is just going to be amazing. We are expecting just a lovely evening, and especially your assistance with the post party revelry is extremely appreciated. So glad that you were able to make
what
the
did
event.
Volunteer just sign up for? The post party revelry. That sounds awesome.
Wow. It's that kind of party.
Everything is prepared in line with the details that you sent me ahead of time. So I assure you, it will be perfect. It's so excited. Here, this is my bodyguard, Vasha. But perhaps we can take you into the party and show you to your place of honor. Many of the other guests are here already.
Yeah, I'm just up with Vasha.
Yes, please. I would like to go to my place of honor.
Very attractive.
Did Hrill present the invitation, or is it just pure happenstance that Hrill looks exactly like the description of Alantir the Ominous?
Was holding the invitation.
Okay.
So, Hrill, do you want to ask any questions or say anything before you're whisked away?
No, I'm just going to go with it because clearly I know exactly what I signed up for, and I've seen a lot in the criminal underworld. I figure whatever happens, I will figure it out.
All right. Two servants, they're kind of clearly dressed in that kind of like formal but not fancy kind of things that suggest that, and they're matching outfits. They're halflings. They introduce themselves and say, I'm Anton. This is my sister Mishka. You're late. So we got to get this on the road here real quick. Which of you?
I am Zamful, master of the pan flute.
So you're with the music, huh?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Which of you are part of the music, and which of you I believe they requested at least one person for combat demonstrations.
I just flex my muscles and say, what do you think?
Very good. We hope that our master
Does Vasha see that? Does Vasha see?
I hope so.
Just as
she turned.
I need to know.
She turned just as she was going
escorting Hrill, but just as she's closing the double doors behind her, looks over the. Give me, you know what, Valeria? We haven't rolled any dice yet. Give me a quick performance roll.
I'm so excited for you.
Me too. That would be an 18.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know, she definitely noticed.
Yes.
So Anton and Mishka, the two servants, are like, so they're still setting everything up, but we want to make sure everything is prepared for the entertainment. Why don't you?
Well, if they're still setting everything up, then we're not late, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were supposed to be
early.
here before sunset. Look, that's fine. A lot of stuff is going on. Feel free to mingle. Try not to insult anybody, and we'll come find you when it's time for the entertainment.
I play better with a couple of drinks in me. Can you direct us to the kitchen so I could maybe
abs-
scoop up a little beverage?
Yeah, I have a
Absolutely.
lot of I'm a Gemini vegetarian, and so I have some very restricted diet options that I need just to make sure.
Yeah, some of the other party guests are also just real pains. We can make sure that's taken care of.
Thanks. You're so helpful.
We do have to do just a quick search of your make sure that nothing dangerous is coming into the party. I assure you it's all standard.
Just
Nothing
these
dangerous
wooden
here. This is
weapons.
just a flag that I wave around.
All right. So I will
please.
ask you to be, basically you can't take in anything that would be conspicuously a weapon. I think a spear with a little flag on it is going to be allowed. Obviously, there are certain things that you could probably easily conceal upon yourselves, and there's a variety of things that adventurers use as weapons that would not necessarily that could be passed off as not weapons. But what else do you have among your stuff that would be conspicuous?
I mean, I've got these completely normal wooden demonstration swords.
Mm-hmm. All right. They'll let those through.
I have my bagpipes in the bagpipe container, of course.
Yeah, you're here. That seems totally plausible. Yep.
Yep.
They can inflict psychic damage.
Yep.
Yep. And there's
my ranged weapons are darts, and I've fashioned them into a belt.
Yeah, I feel like that's easily darts. Darts are tiny, right? So it
I
seems
also
like
have
you
darts.
You have darts. That feels like the kind of thing that would not be hard to smuggle on your person into.
How
a
about
party.
a
And also, we may
longbow?
need to play darts at some
No, a longbow seems harder. I think a longbow.
as a staff.
Maybe it's a harp of some kind.
And then you have the
It's a really bad harp.
I added extra strings
to it.
No, you use it to play the cello with. It's a long bow. You
right.
just-
Yeah.
Guy English, I'm
Yes.
sorry. I think that the longbow is not going to be permitted in. I suspect you'll have an opportunity to find weapons inside the
All right.
party. They were prepared for a combat demonstration, so there will probably be some things, but you may need to take some activities to find them. How's that?
Fine.
That's fine.
All right. So you are both allowed into the Darathar estate under slightly different auspices, I guess. One of you as a VIP, four of you as entertainers and party staff. And I guess I'll show you a little bit of the map as you head in. Just inside
Will
the main
you?
doors.
Thank you, Tony, so much.
So nice of you.
Just inside the main area, one of your favorite rooms in all of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
it is
it's a foyer.
or vestibule. And
I
there
like
is
to think he chose the word vestibule because he knows we're going to call it a foyer.
No, the vestibule is the vestibule.
From the vestibule.
But when I
you
go in
can
the
see-
foyer, I say foyer.
Yeah.
From the vestibule, you can see that there is an inner courtyard with, you love it, a gazebo in there.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
There
yeah.
are occasional guards patrolling around. They lead you to the left. There's a coat room. You can see some other guests have been arriving and are checking in their fancy cloaks and coats and whatnot. And there's staff there to handle that. Through a set of double doors to the left, you see a set of stairs that lead down from there, and you are ushered past that down a hallway turning to the north. Several sets of doors off that to either way, but then you arrive at what is clearly like a grand hall with big open doors out to a courtyard, and this is clearly where the party is happening.
Did we see the kitchen?
There is a kitchen just off of, so you arrive, you're ushered through some double doors to a huge grand hall, and this is kind of the place where people are kind of chatting. There's lots of folks that look like they're kind of Waterdavian nobles, maybe some people that look like they might be like retired adventurers who are, slightly tougher looking than your average rich person, but people who have money to spend. And it looks like there will be kind of a more formal sit down meal outside in the courtyard. There's a bunch of nobles seated at tables, and there is a stage. There are some jugglers up on the stage. The kitchen is just off the Great Hall, and people are filtering back and forth. Lord Darethar excuses himself, Frill, and says, I have to run off and check on some other things, but your seat is pride of place right there at the middle of the table, and I'll make sure to come sit right next to you during the entertainment. But please mingle. And Lord Darethar runs off.
Making you sit in
Vasha
the middle of the table. That's
Vasha follows him.
Mhm. Well, I'm pretty
Not
small.
even a chair.
Mm.
Can I ask, is Vasha still with me?
No, Vasha followed.
Okay.
Is basically kind of, Lord Darethar just scampers off, and Vasha kind of sighs and heads off after him, is shadowing him. But there are lots of other party goers and guests, and also even there are guests and guards. So your main people that if you wanted to talk to would be guests, other staff, and guards of the Darethar estate. And we'll assume that the rest of you have made your way through the estate. You can put yourself in the Great Hall or the courtyard, wherever you'd like to be for now, to chat with people, scout, figure things out, whatever is going to be most useful for you as part of your heist.
Are we actually allowed to talk with people since we're help?
You may be
No.
treated differently, but yes, you are. You have some
You
time.
get to
before...
eat too. That's
there's
shock.
there's staff going around with I think as entertainers, you're above the wait staff in the hierarchy of parties.
So
Can
I'm going to
we-
sneak into the kitchen immediately to see if we can find Mary Mac.
can I go into the courtyard?
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Okay.
can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you
James.
want. It's Dungeons and Dragons. I can't stop you. Just don't
can
draw
I-
on my map.
Aw.
Who would do that?
That's so rude. Can I ask a guard, go up to a guard and say, hey, I am Alentar the Ominous, and I would just like to see all the preparations for this evening to make sure they are set up correctly.
The guard says, "Oh yeah, it's all set up in the basement, but Lord Darethar said it's off limits for now. But I'm sure he'll take you down there himself later."
Is there any way you can get me down sooner? Because I just need to make sure everything's correctly set up. Otherwise, it could be a disaster.
Give me a
It's embarrassing.
persuasion check, because he is definitely reluctant to do that.
I rolled a 21.
Okay. I'm really not supposed to, but also, I mean, you probably want to know what it looks like. So,
I know,
Gotta
right?
make sure all the straps and whips are in place.
all right, but like,
So quick. We can go so quick,
just
you know?
okay, yeah, quick. I won't get in trouble if we go quick. All right.
How it works.
So
Well, that's not what I've heard.
Yeah, they don't really like that.
the guard takes you down to the basement. This is so there are stairs to the basement from just off the main kind of front hall by the coat room. And let me just find my description of the basement. And he heads down. There's another guard waiting at the bottom of the stairs, and that guard says, "You're really not supposed to have any guests in at this point."
Hi, I'm Alentar the Ominous. I think this has been set up for me, so I just want to take a quick look at what's everything set up because I want to make sure it's correct. Everything will go smoothly. I don't want anything to go wrong. I would like to just a quick peek.
Okay. Well, quick couldn't hurt. Give me a quick
Again, lies.
persuasion check.
See if you're dying over
This time I am 19.
It's my favorite.
All right.
Slightly.
All right. I'm just gonna say I think I'm showing you the basement. I haven't put your tokens on it yet, so don't worry about that. There's a room. There's several chambers in the basement. The guard's kind of standing at the intersection here. To the north is clearly storage, and you can see there's some stuff. It looks like probably they had some stuff that they were bringing out of storage for the party. There's still some tables and chairs stacked up there. Off of that is there's clearly a wine cellar, and you can see there are like casks and cases of wine that are being ready to bring up. And then around the corner, there is around the corner there is a set of double doors, and the guard says like just a quick peek, and opens the room in the basement, and you're in a kind of strange, sad-looking basement room. That's clearly there's a servant who's doing something with chalk on the ground, and there's a bunch of kind of fancy candles on metal candle holders that have not been lit yet, and there's just a pile of hooded cloaks in the corner. But you're level 3 Annette. You've been around the block. This sure looks like it's being set up as some kind of ritual. A servant is nervously, he's reading, he's going back and forth between the thing he's drawing on the floor and a big book that he's trying to read out of to get the thing. And then he doesn't get it quite right, and he erases it and redraws a curve of the circle or some of the symbols inside the circle.
I like that he wrote ritual chamber in the circle.
I'm going to approach that person and introduce myself again and see if I can sort of read off the paper to sort of figure out what the ritual is.
Okay. The servant, I guess, doesn't notice you and go, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not done yet. I know I'm behind schedule, but I'm sure it'll be done before dinner's over.
It's okay. It looks beautiful. Just can I see your paper? I just want to kind of compare it.
Sure. He hands you a big book that he was copying the kind of pentagram-esque diagram that he was putting on the floor of the chamber. And give me an Arcana check, Harel.
Something I'm probably really good at.
Yeah, something you're probably great at.
I've been rolling well, but I'm at 19.
That is excellent. You look at this, even though you're a rogue and not necessarily a powerful magic user, you recognize that this room is being prepared for some kind of ritual that would summon a demon from the pit and bring them here to this ritual circle.
No shit.
Usual
this
stuff.
This seems like something we should definitely stick around for.
Just everyday normal rich guy stuff.
Cool. So I thank him, give him his paper back, and I thank the guards and
rejoin the party.
Return.
All right. We'll say that took a little while. In the meantime, back.
So the question is, Ellentir here to help with the ritual since they're from Baldur's Gate.
I'm a warlock.
And you're a warlock, a very important warlock from Baldur's Gate.
Or are you a sacrifice?
Well, unclear. So Diendo, Eloise, and others, Guy English. There's some reason. Why do I keep forgetting Guy English? The name of I don't know why. There's something about that. And Valeria, you are you're at the party. You're perhaps mingling. Perhaps you're scouting the estate. What would you like to be doing?
Oh, you just made Vasha go away. She was
Vasha
standing right there.
And I apologize. Vasha and Lord Darathar have disappeared from the scene for now.
Oh, there's my fun gun.
Diendo and Eloise are going into the kitchen to find Merrimack.
The kitchen is right off the Great Hall. And though there are no other guests there are other staff darting in and out. You head into the kitchen, and it is kind of just it's a kitchen that's prepping stuff for a party. So it is loud and chaotic, and it's kind of, there's steam and smoke, and, there's a chef barking orders at things. Give me a quick perception check as you enter the kitchen and look around.
Not great.
I rolled 18.
I got a 12.
18. All right. You're a little overwhelmed by all the stuff going on in here. Diendo. And in fact, Anton shows up and just hands you several drinks, because I think you had mentioned that before, and kind of tries to shoo you out of the kitchen. But Elle, as you're looking around, you notice a halfling that is kind of loading up a tray of beverages to bring out to the party. And as he's loading up the tray, you notice that he has got a distinctive black cat tattoo on his lower arm that you recognize as the
way to keep it on the down low, dude.
The symbol of the Black Cat Thieves Guild.
He's not going to get his 50 gold piece bonus.
This is Merrimack Buttons.
Aw.
Oh, he's so cute. All right, Elle goes up to him and in the pretense of looking at the options for drinks on his tray, is like, sup. Do we have like a code or something that
Diendo
we were
comes
given
along
to like indicate?
and says,
Go like
and says,
yeah.
My tunic seems to be coming apart. I could really use some buttons. Anyway.
Nice.
And he says, meet me over by the well in 5 minutes.
The whale?
Is
Well-
that where you keep your buttons?
The well, it's in the garden.
In the inner courtyard, outer courtyard? Do we have
Are you
gardens
Behind-
like that?
Burn this
a
place.
whale? I mean, it's
Behind the
pretty
house.
obvious.
Go to the courtyard and head east.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. These guys.
Which courtyard? There's 2 courtyards.
I know.
And so
It's not on my map.
several minutes later, after searching the whole house up and down, you find Merrimack Buttons behind the well, east of the courtyard, outside of the Darathar estate.
Oh,
He's
way over
smoking.
here.
He's smoking a cigarette, and he's looking at you all nervously. Your friends of Stone.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well,
Best
my understanding is I hand this over to you, and my debt is paid. And he pulls out from his sleeve, kind of folded, crumpled up, kind of greasy piece of paper onto which he has attempted to draw a floor plan of the mansion, including some of the layout of the second floor. And he says, "All right, here," and he taps it with his little greasy hand. That's where the office is. And let me tell you, more than once I've been asked to deliver a tray of food up there, a lot of meat. He's got some kind of pet in there, so don't say I didn't warn you.
Dog? Question
And it
mark.
says
I
the
like
office
the
dog,
map.
question mark. And then
The
there's a circle
3
with an X
exclamation
through it.
points makes me nervous.
Yeah.
So,
It's
is the
probably a
circle with the
cuddle
X?
rug.
That's nothing, right? Is the circle with the X?
Circle
in
of
it?
the X is the vault where the
Oh,
you know what is. Points
3
to the dog.
exclamation points
No,
is
what?
a very exciting room.
Oh yeah, I was doing some poking around, over here, and he points to and he actually just kind of gestures because it's just south of you all, south of the garden. He says, "That's the gallery. There's some pretty nice stuff in there if you were the enterprising kind of folks."
Which is the gallery on this map here?
That's where the 3 exclamation points are.
So like right behind us.
Yeah,
So
I'd
the
have
big black
Oh,
box that we
Ah.
can't see into yet.
Yes, just south of you.
Okay.
He says,
Excellent.
"That's the gallery. Second floor, there's a vault off the office. Haven't seen it myself, only been to the door of the office. The second floor is pretty much off limit, definitely off limits to guests. It's almost entirely off limits to staff. And there are a couple guards up there. You'll notice he has put some G's on the map representing guards.
What up, cheese?
I mean, we're practically stuff.
Anything? So yeah, I should probably get back before my absence is missed. But tell Augustus I did a good job.
who?
If you get out.
Who's Augustus?
Exactly.
And Diendo winks again.
Yeah.
Guy English
Okay.
meows.
So, do you have those buttons or not?
He slips you a couple buttons because that is how you get the name Merrimack Buttons.
Love
is
it.
by always having some buttons on you.
Cannon.
Gannon. All right. And so you have learned a variety of things about the Dalathar estate. You have received a map providing information about the layout of the second floor. You know that there is something strange in the basement plan for the after party. And Anton and Mishka dash over to recruit the musician and combat expert for the entertainment that is about to happen. Is this chapter 1 of a successful heist, or is this where everything starts to fall apart? Will you be murdered in the basement or on the second floor? For answers
Why can't it
to
be both?
questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill.
I will.
The end.
Good idea.
Whew. All right. So we played an hour live stream / bootleg. We are going to take a little break. and then we'll be back with some more Dungeons and Dragons. That's how it works, right?
Woo!
Hooray.
Any questions? Everyone good?
Yep.
All right. See you all in 10-ish minutes.
Okay.
10-ish
good.
minutes.
Sounds all right.
All right.
Finish for this. All right.
All right, let's do it.
We are live. But
We
all
are
that was
back.
recorded anyway, so
Oh,
We
that was
are
recorded
alive.
We are going to play approximately 1 more hour of D&D today as part of this Party Crashers adventure. I don't think we will finish the adventure, but you never know with these people. They can find an end that I did not expect.
Diendo's good at
The
finding ends.
unexpected.
Yep, Diendo finds them and he punches them. That's what he does. So yeah, should we do the thing?
yeah.
Do some end punching.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a dungeon master. Is he in pronouns? And today we are continuing the Party Crashers adventure. Allow me to introduce our players. They'll remind you of who their characters are, and then we will join the action in progress as robberies happen. First up, it's Steve Lutz. Steve Lutz, welcome.
Hey, that's the most excited anybody's been to see me in a long time. Yep, it's me, Steve Lutz, and I am playing Zamfool, master of the pan flute. And,
Who is secretly...
don't ruin it. Spoilers.
All right,
just
my
I'm a little
apologies,
guy with a
Zamfool.
pan flute and a luxurious mustache.
All right.
Makes it very difficult to play the pan flute.
Well, that's why it's got to go out, not down. That's the key.
I also have a little flag.
Oh, yeah. Also joining us, it's Annette Wierstra. Welcome back, Annette.
Hello, Annette Rearstra, she, her, playing Hrill, they, them, a verdant rogue, but also Hrill is playing Olentor the Ominous because
So
I'm
many
pretending
levels.
to be a fancy VIP.
It's true. You have snuck into the party under the guise of Olentir, the ominous warlock of Baldur's Gate.
Wait, what guys did
Wait,
you
she
sneak in
actually
under?
snuck
Speaking
under
of
the
guys.
guys. Yeah, snuck under the guys.
Speaking of guys, also joining us is Tiff Arment.
Playing the high elf ranger named Guy English, who has already arrived at this adventure in disguise.
Next up, it's James Thompson.
I'm James Thompson, he, him. I'm playing Valeria Shatterbone, he, her, who is a half-orc barbarian.
Scatterbone? Really? How did I not notice that before?
It's just...
The family name.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she only wants to steal one thing from this party, and that's Vasha's heart.
Oh,
Oh.
way to subvert my heist. And last but certainly not least, it's Kathy Campbell.
Hi, Kathy Campbell, she, her. I am playing Eloise of the Woods, she, her, who is a satyr bard, who is pretending to be Samantha, who she plays a lyre and a flute and bagpipes.
She's playing a liar who plays a liar.
Yes, exactly. Just
She is a
like
liar.
to clarify.
Why are there so many things happening with identity theft today? It's because our adventurers have been hired by the Black Cat Thieves Guild of Waterdeep. They have been hired to steal a ledger from I should know the names of the characters in my adventure, shouldn't I?
Ledger,
Lord
I hardly
VD.
know her. No,
They have been hired to steal a ledger from Lord Dalethar, a ledger of legitimate and not so legitimate business dealings that the Black Cat Thieves Guild would just like to know about. Just maybe have some proof. Just have some just like to be in on the information. So they have traveled to the estate where there is a fancy party happening. One of them, as aforementioned, is in disguise as a guest. The rest are there as entertainers, and they have made a contact with a operative of the Black Cat Thieves Guild who has handed them a map of the mansion before resuming his kitchen duties. As you're considering your next steps, Anton and Mishka, two of the staff who seem to be the kind of senior staff at the Dalethar estate, approach you to coordinate the entertainment for the evening. And Krill, you notice that the guests are starting to kind of make their way from the Great Hall out to the courtyard. Seems like there's kind of the really important folks get seated at a table. The other folks are kind of standing around the periphery of the courtyard, perhaps at some tall tables, enjoying some beverages and whatnot.
Well, I'm going to make my way sort of there, but I kind of want to swing by Valeria and give her a little update
Okay.
Being like loudly, "Oh, are you demonstrating with weapons?" And tell her about the ritual in the basement, and that maybe we want to pee out of here before they summon a demon.
All right. So I mentioned Anton and Mishka arrived to show you to where you need to be, and they're going to basically separate. Anton will take Valeria and I guess Guy English to the armory, which is just off of the courtyard to prepare. Mishka shows Eloise and Diendo to the stage and a selection of musical instruments. Two tired-looking jugglers vacate the stage as you approach.
I thought that was trash on the stage, so it's good to know it was jugglers.
I mean
the same thing.
Wow. Wow. I did not know that Total Party Kill was an anti-juggler situation here.
Only those jugglers.
All right.
Trash jugglers.
You guys
Wow.
are so much better.
Let's start with Guy English and Valeria. Or sorry, Guy and Valeria. Anton takes you to there is a very kind of fancy armory just off of the courtyard, and it is stocked with all manner of weapons. Some of them a little bit more ceremonial looking than others, but it's almost like you didn't need to smuggle weapons inside, wooden weapons to arrive here. And Anton is very proud of showing off all of the different weapons, armors, shields, and other things. The master says you should take whatever you want, whatever you think will be put on a spectacular show. Just make sure you bring it back afterwards.
Absolutely. We will 100% bring it back.
Yes. That.
Okay, what have we got?
The armory contains just about everything you could ever imagine as far as mundane weapons, armors, and shields. Nothing as far as magical items.
Okay, can we shoo this guy out of the room? Because
no, he is going to hover nearby. There is a guy English. There are plenty of longbows and quarrels of arrows that you could scoop up.
All right.
Very glad they took our weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the idea is these two people can easily replace weapons. Other people, it would be harder.
So there seems to be a guard in here, right? And
there is a guard standing by who's, he's bored, but I guess he has nothing else to look at, so he's just kind of staring at all of you. And Anton is here, so you're being watched as you get ready.
Well,
rude. Jeez. Is there a way we can get rid of Anton?
I mean, there's many ways that you can get rid of
like,
it. So
we were told...
What level of...
There was an implication that we weren't to kill people and stuff them under a table or down a trash chute or something. I mean...
But there's nothing saying you can't, have somebody unconscious. Because then they will no longer...
be conscious.
At some point, yeah. And at some point, they will be conscious again.
There's nothing in the rules that says we can't murder everyone.
Also true.
To be fair, the only reason we don't have to murder them is if we want that 50 gold pieces.
Yeah,
that's true.
It does him.
And already 50 gold pieces is not it's a nice amount of money, but it's not like a lot of money.
Yeah,
also, once you commit,
we've gotten tattooed or anything, we're not.
Yeah.
And as soon as you kill one person, then I mean, it's
might as well just
like dominoes. They just
I mean, to be fair, we are in a room with somebody who is offering us all the weapons we want, and there doesn't seem to be any restrictions or problems, so we could just take all the weapons that we want.
I mean, you need he's expecting that you're going to use weapons for the demonstration. These are the weapons.
We tell him something that the jugglers, we've seen them before, and he needs to go after them.
What do you want to do here that requires there not to be witnesses?
I need no witnesses. All right, this is what my plan is.
It's the only way
I really want to
finish.
get a hold of a guard's uniform.
That's
what I really want to do. It might be hard, or
might be hard. I mean, it might be hard to do before the performance, especially. Right?
As we do the performance dressed as guards.
It's part of the bait and switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So maybe we do the performance first.
What if we got them on stage as helpers?
Ooh.
Ooh, and tie them up.
And then
Oh
murder
yeah,
them.
and murder them on stage. Is that
Yes.
all part of the act?
show, folks.
Snake blood.
Authenticity.
Yeah.
I think we should just like load up on weapons and there might be like a store of clothes or something that we can find somewhere around. Because there's
You
got
have
to
not
we
had-
can find a lot of hooded robes.
Yes.
You have not
think
had a chance to explore much of the mansion grounds itself so far.
were it not for the fact that a demon would be summoned, I think getting some of those robes would be quite cool.
Just add to your stolen clothing collection.
Well, we could always hit up the coat room before we leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are I will say there are lots. You saw a variety of guards throughout the mansion. There are probably other ones that are more isolated that would be easier to silently incapacitate and liberate of their
Life.
of their uniforms.
All right, so I'm thinking we have to do this performance first to get Anton off our back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
So
He's rocking back and forth on his heels, anxiously looking at the little sundial on his wrist.
I think we need to
All
come
right,
up.
let's
definitely
go
how it
let's go
works.
perform. Let's go.
Why does
I
this thing
think we
never
need
work
to
when I'm
kind of
indoors?
maybe work on the plan of the performance, so we've got something. I mean, like you mentioned, shooting an apple off my head, which
I mean, I feel like we've sparred before.
Just wing it. Just wing it.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
we literally
I just
wing it.
grab-
Planning things, James.
I grab 2 axes, a sword.
You grab
and the
everything.
best looking. No, I'll go for the best looking sword and a shield and 2 axes. I think that's enough.
Okay, excellent.
These are the hoity-toity folk. They're going to be impressed if you just throw a dagger at something.
If I
So-
cut
Yeah,
somebody's
I'm
arm
only
off
going
on
for the
stage.
longbow because that's
That's what you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll assume that you have more arrows than you could ever fire.
Yeah.
I'm also very majestic, so
Yes,
I don't need to
just
be
like Guy
encumbered.
English. Got it. Meanwhile, let's see here. Meanwhile, Mishka is showing Diendo and Eloise to the stage, and there's there's some sweeping of whatever the things that the jugglers dropped off, and some other staff bring over. It looks like basically like some crates of musical instruments. They're basically kind of just an assortment of mundane instruments. I think you have your own stuff, so you're fine. But if you didn't, or needed to fake being a musician, and Mishka kind of helps you find your way up onto stage, arranges for some seats to be prepared, and then she says, this is the list of requests. Try to stick to these if you can. The guests can be particular. And she hands you kind of a piece of paper with a list of songs that
Do we know any of these songs?
Give me a history check.
Is it just paper or is it sheet music? If it's sheet music,
It's
we're
paper.
probably fine.
It's just
Oh,
a
boy.
list of songs.
All right.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
History, you said?
Like
Yeah.
it's become a piano bar.
I got a 9. So
I got an 8.
You are
Oh,
you
guys
know
suck.
you know some songs on this list, but most of them are not songs that you are prepared to play.
it's cool. It's all smooth jazz. They won't know the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We'll just 5.
And Mishka explains, we'd like you to start off, and then we're going to transition into combat demonstration, then some more of you all, and then the main event, and then they have dinner.
Are you saying
The
that
main
like we're
event.
not the main event?
Well, the main event is going to involve the combatants, but if you could provide some background music during that,
What?
that would be lovely.
What?
What? We're not here, so we don't know this, but
Nope, you do not.
we just feel really uneasy for some reason.
Mhm.
Can you
Eloise
give me an
has,
idea of what
those
sort of
message
music we should
things.
play for the main event?
Yes. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna message Tiff
Mhm.
because sorry,
Rude.
Guy. So sorry, forgive me. Eloise is going to message Guy to let them know basically hey, this is apparently the main event is not our performances, but you all are included in the main event, which seems ominous.
I message back. Sounds sus.
Hella sus.
Can you message me and tell me too?
You're next to me, I tell you.
So
If you want a special mental message, I can do that too.
I'm just thinking like security here, but
okay. I also
reason-
mental message you.
Yeah,
And
but
Trip?
see, Eloise talks to Guy because they can message to each other in like not just one way.
That's
messaging.
Diendo sends a telepathic message to Guy English saying, "Hey, are you guys sending messages?"
can everyone send messages apart from me?
Just Eloise suddenly looked very
I'm sitting and
focused.
eating some fancy
Yeah.
dinner, oblivious.
Mhm.
Or is Diendo just thinking?
Oh my
he's
god! Did you
sending
see
messages?
what Valeria was wearing?
She's yeah.
Diendo says, "We weren't really
Also,
briefed
Valeria
on
has
this
a
main event. What sort of music are we supposed to play? Like, what is this event that we're supposed to be? We need to prepare for it."
It's gonna be it's gonna be exciting. So just something that'll get the crowd pumped up.
Something. Oh, okay.
Pump the jam. Pump the jam.
Yeah.
All right. So some jock jams. Excellent.
Yeah. Just
Heel
some,
jock jams.
yeah, some fight music.
So some freedom rock or something.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Should we turn it up?
Jockey jams.
Yeah, up to 11.
Okay.
All right. So the party commences. Diendo and Eloise, you have approximately a second to turn to each other and decide what song you are going to play.
How many entries are on the list?
There's several, and we've identified that you do know at least a few of them.
Do we know? Do either of us both know the same
Yeah.
song?
Do we know the same songs?
Let's say yes, and so that
Okay.
narrows down the list.
Okay.
Okay.
Might be a short
we'll-
set. There's
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll start with the first one, and then because obviously we've played around the campfire other songs. So
Sure.
like
until
Yeah.
they made us go
we
somewhere
vibe
else.
together.
To practice.
Yep.
right.
So I'm
but,
going to need
it's
both
fine.
of you to make a performance check. Eloise, because you are an actual bard, I will allow you to do that with advantage.
And I've got this cool flag. I feel like that should give me something.
You do feel like that should give you something.
Can I quickly get the name of the other half orc? What was the name of the Vesper? Vespar?
Fascia.
Fascia.
Basha.
Fascia.
How could you forget?
I got a 24.
And
And
I got a
thank goodness
15.
All right.
goodness for advantage because
Yeah.
I rolled a 4.
All right. Elle is kind of carrying the performance. Elle, do you know what song? Did you pick a
15?
song
Come on,
off
that's
of-
not that bad.
It's not bad, but it's not above a 20.
Look, nobody
No.
expects you to lead the band with a pan flute, okay?
No, they do not.
Time for the
Goodness,
4-hour
I've got the
pan flute solo.
Although I am a master.
What song are you playing?
Oh gosh.
My heart will go on.
Zoot Suit Boogie, I think it's called.
All right.
My heart will go on. Yes.
On
It
pan
is-
flute.
It is a rousing performance of My Heart Will Go On. And some of the nobles, they look touched. There's a single
Like
tear
start
rolls,
off with some emotions. Yep.
it rolls down the cheek of one old snarly looking man.
I didn't know
And-
that's what we were playing. I was playing a different song.
Hence the 15.
I was playing my
Um,
sweet little deli chicken. It's a totally different melody. Fortunately, the fan flute you can only do so much with, so nobody probably even knows.
Yeah.
And so Anton then as the song wraps up, there's there's a good size applause, and Anton turns to Guy and Valeria and says, what name should I use for introducing you?
What?
It's a
Thank you.
strange name.
Your stage names.
Oh.
Well, do you want to go back? What or O? Make up your mind.
I mean, we're the. I feel we should be twins because.
Okay. Okay.
um,
The Thompson twins.
Thompson and Thompson.
The French twins.
I'm still
Because they're
thinking about
telling
your
lots of
world.
lies. Yeah.
Mm.
The Thompson Twins is a band from the
our,
80s.
Our group is called Lies, Lies, Lies.
Yes,
All right.
I like it.
Anton leads you out into the courtyard in front of the stage, and he speaks in a surprisingly booming voice. Hrill, I'll mention that Lord Darthar has reappeared and taken a seat next to you. Vasha floats nearby, prepared to provide bodyguard services as needed. But Anton takes center stage and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are very proud here at the Darthar family estate to bring you tonight's entertainment, where two warriors will fight for your amusement, and the winner will go on to do battle in the main event."
Sorry.
And he scurries off the stage as Guy and Valeria face off against each other.
Oh wow, this is a real thing.
Yeah. I thought we were just going to be shooting apples.
Did you bring any apples?
I do a couple flips, like just
All right,
flipping around.
give me
like
a
distractions.
acrobatics check.
Oh, okay.
It's flat on his back.
Come on, Guy. 6.
Oh no, you make one flip and then you try to keep going and you totally fall on your butt.
I throw out my back and I have to leave.
Yeah. Valeria,
Diendo
your
yells,
opportunity
"Watch
to
out for
shine."
bear traps!"
I'm going to reach behind my back, take out a hand axe, and I'm going to throw the hand axe so that it arrives just between Guy's legs.
Yes, so Guy is on the ground trying to crawl out of the ring, and you are throwing axes at Guy just as he crawls in one direction.
We didn't tell you we're a comedy weapons act. That's really what it is. It makes like a
James,
ding, 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 ding,
Yeah,
ding.
if this goes poorly, you may have to change your name, Guy.
Yeah.
Not so Guy.
James, what I'm thinking athletics, unless you can make a play for there to be some other check that
I mean,
think it's
athletics is actually my strongest.
Roll athletics.
Okay.
Good news, Guy, is we have an opening in the band for a soprano.
Ooh. That's actually a
Ooh,
23.
Oh, it's
All right.
good.
You are throwing axes. You are throwing left, throwing axes right, throwing axes very near, but
I like
not
to keep
at
my full English. Thank you.
Guy English. Guy English, you have a chance to try and do something to add to this performance.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to try and do more flips, or perhaps you want to simply go full on clown show and do something performance related. But I'd like you to make some kind of check.
All right. I'm very stealthy, but I'm stealthy and smart, which is
Stealth, the finest of the stage arts. Which of the Greek muses
Disappears.
was stealth?
Ooh, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. So while I am I'm gonna take out my crossbow and I'm going to
Crossbow
pretend
and
to like
a longbow. Wow.
Oh, did I say crossbow? I meant
Longbow. Oh, okay. I thought
Longbow.
you had both, and I was like, that seems unnecessary.
Over. I'm the
You're calling the
overkill.
longbow by its wrong name, it's going to get cross.
So I'll take out my longbow and I am going to jokily aim it at Lord VD over here.
Oh.
Is this a bad idea?
I mean,
Do it.
Diendo's already laughing.
Jokily. It's a joke.
It's totally a joke.
And while I'm doing that, I'm going to do the cantrip of like whisper message to Vasha and tell Vasha that Valeria digs her.
Whoa, that seems dangerous.
I'm not sure which one of these is the most dangerous.
All right, and then are you actually firing a bow at Lord Darthar, or?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm just aiming
Just aiming.
as a distraction. So like one thing is happening, but like
All right.
he's hearing
And
something
so no one notices Vasha blushing. Guy English, do you want to do anything else as part of this combat demonstration?
else. All right. So is there food on the table yet?
Oh yeah, there's appetizers, apps.
All right. I am going to attempt to shoot my
Shootable
longbow
food.
into Darthar's appetizers.
All right. I think I don't know. You could do a dexterity check,
Wouldn't I
or
just shoot my longbow? See
yeah,
if
you
I
can shoot
hit?
your longbow, whatever
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh no, not so bad. Not so bad.
Okay.
18.
All right, you perfectly. He's like taking a sip from a like a fancy shrimp cocktail, and the arrow catches the shrimp and like pins it to a beam next to him, and he seems cross, but everybody else is laughing, and then so he starts fake laughing too. Ha 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 ha!
You shot a shrimp with an arrow? That's awesome.
That's
I would love to see
That's
that.
awesome. I put my arms up and I like do a little.
All right. Valeria, do you want to close the
spin.
act? There is
Yeah.
still a winner needs to be defined.
I'm gonna walk over to Guy. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna look at Vasha, and I'm gonna punch Guy straight in the face.
All right. Is
take
this a
damage.
performance or are you just doing it?
I think. Well, I think I'm probably just doing it to sell it.
All right.
right.
Give me
me,
a
buddy.
performance. All right, roll to see if you hit, and then give me a performance check to determine whether you do real damage or whether you and how well you sell it.
I rolled a 21 to hit.
All right. I suspect that from what I know about Guy English, I suspect his armor class is less than 21.
Yes.
Yep. Give me a performance check, Valeria.
Performance, I'm not so good at.
Yeah, well,
-1 on performance. So if I perform badly,
you might actually hurt Guy, or it might not look cool.
oh well. I mean, I don't want to not look cool, so
Yeah, not in front of Basha.
no.
I'm your buddy, so I'll take a good hit. I
Yep.
could also can I also roll performance?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
I rolled a 19.
That's pretty
I rolled
good.
a 13.
All right. And so you do like a big kind of comical windup and smash Guy English in the nose. Guy, I imagine you like flail your arms and crumple to the ground
Gracefully.
gracefully.
Thank you.
The crowd seems to love it. And you are given a chance to gracefully both exit the stage where Anton is waiting over to greet the two of you.
Get rid of that guy.
And he says, very, very good, very good. It's time for another quick performance from the band. Performance check.
Sure,
And
why
you're-
not?
Yeah.
This is such a weird adventure.
We're all
I
stuck
didn't
in the
realize
same
we were-
room and we can't do anything.
I
I knew we were
ro-
performing, but I didn't know we had to like have a whole point.
Always
I
be
rolled a
prepared.
2,
Oh no!
which means thankfully I still have a +7. So
You still
it's a
have
9.
advantage as a bard.
Yeah.
Um,
On the second one too.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. 23.
And Diendo, how'd you do?
Diendo's warmed up now, so he hit
Oh.
a 21.
Nice.
Diendo, what song? You get to pick the second song. What are you playing?
What song do you think they played on the Titanic as it was going down? It's that one.
I don't know. Okay.
Near my God to thee.
Yes.
All right.
That's the one.
And let's see. Anton strides out into the courtyard once again and says, and now it is time for the main event where one of our brave warriors will take on one of nature's greatest beasts in hand-to-hand combat. There's kind of a large shed-like building beyond the courtyard, and
Is this the meat animal. Oh,
the
no.
doors open to
No.
that, and like a big metal cage on wheels starts kind of rattling out, and something inside that cage is kind of big and like shifting around and making some noise, and there's some scratching noises, and Anton scurries off the courtyard and heads over to you, Valeria, and he pulls out a little flask and hands it to you and says, the master thinks that this will be better for everything if you have a couple sips of this.
Ooh.
Oh no.
So what's in this?
It'll make it better.
Diendo sees this and drunkenly stumbles over and tries to grab it and drink it.
All right. I think we're just gonna do a quick contested dexterity check.
Diendo's going to try to pretend like he's drinking it, but he's actually going to drop it and shatter it on the ground.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Anton rolls a 3. He does not see Diendo coming. Diendo just like bumps right into Anton, and
not a great roll, but it is an 11. So
it's a lot better than a 3. So you just kind of bump him. Do you snatch it?
Booze! I want that.
It's in like a metal, it's a metal flask.
Like a little flask?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a metal flask.
Yeah.
No.
But do you grab it? Do you bump it? You're in control of the situation.
I feel that Diendo would have a flask on him generally.
Ooh, switch it.
And could switch it.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna. How full is this flask?
Seems full.
And how big is this flask?
Small.
Bigger than you.
Small. I don't know. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Diendo's just gonna try to chug it, but when his mouth is completely full, he's just gonna spit it out all over everybody like it's disgusting.
Okay. Anton stares at you with wide eyes and says, That's coming out of your pay. Oh well, I think that would have really helped you, Valeria. But time for you to get out there. And he kind of nudges you. I don't think he's capable physically of shoving you. But the large cage is kind of lined up with the courtyard now, and there's 2 servants that are kind of sliding back various bolts, and there's clearly some kind of wild animal in there prepared to come out.
Okay. I mean, I think this is what Valeria's built for, so...
All right.
Do I have any idea, based on the taste of what I was drinking, that...
oh, yeah. In fact, if you tasted it, you know exactly what it was.
Okay.
You know that
I didn't spit it out.
Well, I think you had to taste some of it. It was a potion of speed.
Oh. Well, I would definitely have swallowed it then as soon as I recognized what it was.
All right. You, for the next several minutes, will have the benefits of a potion of speed, which will really throw off your rhythm when you're playing the next song.
Speed flute. It's just double time.
Yeah. It's just,
Tony, it's pan flute. Nobody knows whether I'm good or not.
No, no one knows. So the... out of the big metal cage, a hulking, furry, and yet also feathered creature emerges, and there is a kind of a dull, loud, thunderous hooting noise. And this is indeed an owl bear that has been brought forth for the entertainment of these lovely party folk.
And you got your owl and my bear.
Yeah, the owl bear. Somehow this seems like they should have much more protections in place to keep the owl bear from maiming the guests, but it's that kind of party. The owl bear has squared off with Valeria.
Can I just
kind of party where nobody brings protection?
Did somebody say with my bare hands? Not bare hands, but...
Well, I think,
I just want to know if I'm punching an owlbear to death for the next hour. Or...
I think the idea is in one-on-one combat. There's some liberties have been taken.
Okay, good.
James, you can do whatever you want, but I'm going to roll initiative for the owlbear.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that too. Not for the owlbear.
Do we all roll initiative?
I assume we all have to roll.
No, just Valeria.
Oh.
I rolled an 18.
All right. I have rolled a 15 for the owlbear, and you're going to go first with an 18.
Oh, this will be interesting.
Now you will say, give me a quick perception check.
Diendo grabs a bag of popcorn off
the
little tray.
From a passing tray.
Very quickly.
Just as quickly as you stole that potion of speed that
nobody even sees it.
Yeah.
that was a 16.
60.
Sorry, a 16. Now you notice that owlbear it looks, you notice it does not have claws. It seems like this owl bear has been perhaps also subjected to perhaps not the best captivity treatment. So this is not a full strength owl bear.
Aw. I mean,
So
like,
cruel.
I'm going to feel bad killing it.
Yay, I love a good distraction from the horrors of the real world like Dungeons and Dragons.
But
I will point out this would be if Eloise Diendo or Guy English wish to slip away, this probably would be an opportune moment to do so.
Well, I think like Valeria normally would, like feel some empathy for this creature. But unfortunately, at the sight of an owlbear, I think she's going to go into rage mode. And one of the things that when Valeria goes into rage mode, she has wild magic, and she can't quite control what happens. But I rolled a d8, and we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, it's your turn. You're going first. You rolled higher than the owlbear, so.
Okay. I rolled I rolled a 3, which means that a small pixie appears next to
That's awkward.
the
Is this your
owlbear.
conscience telling you?
Well, I mean, I don't know if
No,
anybody
Valeria,
else
don't kill the owlbear. It's me.
It,
Winnie
it
Pixie.
sits on the shoulder of the owlbear.
Is it Kim
talking to-
Deal? Because we could use a bassist.
I will say that the that will be a surprise for the owlbear in a minute. I will run towards the owlbear with my shield up, brandishing a longsword, and I will take a swipe at it.
All right. Do it. Roll it.
That is a 23 to hit.
All right. Owlbears are big and not the most dexterous. You hit it like you're running into the side of a building. Roll some damage.
1d8 plus 3. That is 10 damage.
All right. The owlbear hoots at you aggressively. Hoot hoot!
What was that again?
Hoot hoot!
And at the end of the current turn, I guess it's after the owlbear gets to go. Okay.
All right.
While this is going on, Diendo hands his pan flute over to Guy English and says, "Hold this. I got to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Take over."
Valeria, let's see. So you just went. So the owlbear is going to go. The owlbear has multi-attack. First, the owlbear kind of its huge owl-like face snaps out at you, trying to beak you with its beak, because that's what you do with a beak. It has rolled an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
10 piercing damage, tearing a corner out of Valeria. And then...
but I'm raging, so I have resistance to piercing, so that's half damage.
All right, so you'll take half of 10, which is 5. I know that from Peek Up. And then the owlbear, enraged by this, rears up and swipes at you with claws. The owlbear rolls a critical.
I thought it'd been declawed. I was sold a...
So you are going to take bludgeoning damage. You're going to take 20 bludgeoning damage.
Holy cow.
10 bludgeoning damage. Because
you resist bludgeoning damage as well?
I do indeed.
All right. While this is happening, so Valeria and the owlbear are having a vicious fight. The crowd is very into it. Maybe you guys all are too. So it's up to you whether you want to watch this fight or use this opportunity to do other things here at the party.
Yeah, Diendo has already announced he's got to pee, so he's going to...
All right, Diendo, you slink away. Where do you want to slink to?
High speeds, he's going to start heading towards the staircase that he saw on the map.
Did you
push past these idiot jugglers that he thought was a pile of trash? Excuse me, trash, he says as he passes.
You leave the courtyard and head into the Great Hall. I'll let you basically you can do 2 full moves and a little bit more. You know that there are there's stairs leading up to the second floor. I think you know that it's basically like from the map that Buttons gave you, off behind the kitchen. I don't know if you see that on the map here.
All right, I've done 2 moves.
All right.
I see there's a guard down there, so
You do see there is a guard
interesting.
standing next to the stairs leading up. Eloise, would you like to do anything while this is happening?
I am going to message like
Everyone.
no. Yeah.
Put it on blast.
Yeah, right. What's up, y'all?
Like you're filming a YouTube
Valerian is
video.
like, I'm busy. As Valerian's being crushed by an owl bear.
Eloise is
Read
like,
the room.
I'm at this crazy party.
No, so I'm gonna message Hrill to let them know that Diendo is on the way. So if perchance Valeria maybe goes down,
It's not gonna happen.
not that we are indicating that would happen, but just to let them know, like, we have to keep distraction until Diendo returns.
All right. Guy English, would you like to do anything while this is happening?
I have the pan flute now.
The world is yours.
I do feel like the world is my oyster.
Can you do the
it's got
music
spit
from
all
Star
over
Trek where they're fighting the Gorn? You know,
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of-
Dun, 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 dun.
What? Okay, now what does that sound like on a pan flute?
Exactly like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Exactly.
The original music was actually played on pan flute. Not everybody knows that.
Oh no, I can't hear.
We can't hear it.
But the
Yeah.
imaginary noise sound.
Actually, you said everyone's distracted.
Very distracted.
Very distracted. Okay, I am also gonna kind of slip away. Down towards where Diendo is. Actually, no, I'm gonna slip away to the armory.
All right. You head into the armory. There is a guard stationed in the armory, but he is like totally like right by the door looking out the window. He's trying to watch the fight from his station inside the armory. And so, you know, he's not paying any attention to you because you are not fighting an owl bear.
Do I, on this turn, in addition to moving, can I grab this guard and take his uniform?
You can certainly try and knock him out. He is a guard. So do you want to give me some kind of attack on this guard? I don't know. You're a ranger, so I don't know how this works. Do you just like, I'm going to walk 20 feet away and shoot you from a distance with a bow? Because I don't want to get
stab you with my arrow.
I don't want to get rusty or, you know.
I do have darts.
Those are just like little arrows.
It's like, ping. I mean, no, I still have hand-to-hand combat possibility, right? Like, I could
don't know.
still.
I mean, you probably do. Yeah, I'm just making generalizations about rangers.
So that's really rude.
Well, I am who I am.
Yeah, I just kind of want to try and sleeper hold on this guy.
All right. Give me an attack on the guard. You have advantage. You can do whatever melee attack you are best at, and we'll just assume that, you're doing it non-lethally.
All right. So what would I roll for that? Just a d20?
Yep. And then I don't know if you've got on your sheet some kind of, unarmed attack.
No.
And you definitely have advantage.
No, I do. I do have an unarmed attack.
Not paying attention.
Oh no, 3.
You have advantage because he
Oh,
does
thank
not.
God.
He's totally has his back to you and he's not paying attention.
Oh, 19. No, 20 because I have +2.
All right. Can you roll me damage?
Yes, I can roll you damage. It says 1 damage.
All right. We'll assume that you are able to incapacitate this guard because he did not see it coming, and you drag him away from the window and perhaps behind a piece of furniture. And on your next turn, you can steal his outfit if that's what you want to do.
Excellent. I cover him in wooden weapons.
Put him in a suit of armor.
Yes, I like
Have
that.
you ever tried to put an unconscious person into a suit of armor? It's
I
really
have, Tony,
hard.
just last week.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like
we've
putting
all-
a child to bed when they're all.
Yeah, we've all been to college. Okay, fine.
I was there just last week. Trying to
So
put somebody into a suit of armor. It was a weird week.
yep. All right, Hrill, you are seated next to Lord Darathar, and he is super into the fight. He's occasionally like whispering to you. It's like, yes, yes, this is why I paid extra for the owl bear, and he's clapping.
I am gonna, because I'm a little worried about my friend, and when the owlbear looks like it is next attacking, I'm gonna like stand up like I'm really excited and cheering. But what I'm gonna really do is like knock the table over so that hopefully it distracts the owlbear a bit and maybe does a little less damage to Valeria.
Give me some kind of roll to get the owlbear's attention. I think I want to call this a performance check.
Okay. It's a 4.
All right, you knock a bunch of stuff off the table. The owlbear seems oblivious to it. The people sitting next to you are real pissed off.
Basically,
really sorry about that wine on your robes, dude.
Yeah,
you're just like a small
My
cat
name does
pushing
say
the stuff off the
ominous.
table.
You should have known this was going to happen.
Yeah. All right, we checked in with Hrill. We checked in with Guy English. We checked in with Diendo. Eloise, do you want to be doing so? You messaged somebody. Did you want to do anything else?
Yeah, just playing. Kind of being ready to do whatever, but like I know that if I stop playing, that will be the wrong kind of distraction.
Okay.
We're just
You might have a bard song that might be useful.
Yep.
I mean,
Your
enthrall,
spells are basically
sleep.
songs.
Well, let's see this play out a
Sleep
bit.
will probably knock out Valeria. So
Yeah, I just want to see if I can take this owlbear. And
Valeria, you are next.
So point of order, I actually did 2 more damage in the previous turn.
Okay, noted.
And
just
also,
because
at the end of the turn, the little pixie that was sitting on the shoulder of the owlbear violently explodes. Owlbear needs to do a dexterity saving throw 13.
Owlbear is not great at dexterity. Let's see here. 19 for the owlbear. The owlbear dodges the explosion.
As it explodes, it reappears on the other shoulder of the owlbear.
Okay.
I don't know why I have a pixie, but apparently I have a pixie. This magic
is this
stuff.
a friend or a victim?
I mean, I think it's some aspect of my personality.
What are friends but victims that don't know what they've gotten into?
Or have given consent.
What's interesting is even after it explodes, you can't get rid of it. That pixie sticks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. I
all out of Pixie's puns.
all in on this thing.
It can explode now for good.
Yeah.
I have no more use for it.
Swipe again with my longsword at this owlbear's face.
All right.
And that is a 22 to hit.
That definitely hits an owlbear.
And that is 8 plus... That's 13 damage.
All right. That owlbear is hurting.
I should hope so.
You have animal handling? Any decent animal handling? Has anybody ever used animal handling in any?
I always have
occasionally
animal handling,
happens.
and I can't believe I don't have it this time.
I think at this point of the combat, I think handling is probably off the table.
Yeah.
It's never too late to handle something.
All right. The owlbear is next. The owlbear is going to do another beak attack. I have rolled a 21 to hit.
Ooh.
10 piercing damage, of which he'll resist some, and I have rolled a less impressive 16 to hit with my claws.
That will not hit.
Okay.
What was the first damage? It was
10, but I think you're still having damage, right?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
The pixie on the shoulder of the owlbear explodes again.
Do I make another dexterity check for the owlbear?
Do indeed.
I have rolled a 12, which doesn't seem very good.
It doesn't. The pixie explodes right in its face. And
no, that's its owl part.
The owlbear takes 6 damage in the face.
Honestly, that seems like for an exploding pixie, feels like that in your face, that owlbear got off easy. But I will tell you, this owlbear is bloodied.
The pixie unsurprisingly reappears on the other shoulder. No, let's actually say on top of its head.
Okay. The fight is, now that there's explosions, people are super into it. While that's happening, Diendo, you're sneaking around.
Sneaking around at high speeds. All right, I'm going to go around the corner here and see if that guard's still chilling down there.
There is a guard. This guard does not have a fight to watch, so he is just bored. He sees you coming around the hall.
He does.
Well, there's nothing else for him to look at.
I'm going to run the rest of the way up to as far as my move will take me. So 4, 5, 6, 7.
You get double move.
2, 3. And I'm going to try to just like rush past him. And I'm going to say, I got to go real bad. I just had a potion of speed and I've got to incapacitate an owl bear real fast.
Okay. All right. And so you just rush past. You know what? Give me a performance check.
Sure. Well, it's a 9.
Yeah, I think he's like, no, yeah, you can, no, off limits. He's gonna attempt to stop you. I'm gonna roll an athletics check for the guard. Feel free to make an acrobatics check to avoid. Just check here. He's not like great at this. He's also, I mean, he's not super motivated. But this will be he has rolled an 8 to try and grab you, Diendo.
It does say I can move through the space of any creature that is of a size larger than mine.
Yeah, but he is
as a halfling.
You can. The creature may or may not be encouraged, like, let you do that.
That seems like a bit of a ripoff. After I took this halfling and all. Fine. Well, I got a 7 on acrobatics.
I also got, I got an 8. So I think he like grabs you by the arm and like keeps you from going. It seems like you might be on the verge of combat. Do you have any?
I'm gonna start peeing on him.
That's combat.
Hold on. I need to open an email to Incomparable HR again. Just gonna use my Steve template.
Just a little to highlight the point that I gotta go.
All right, he lets you go.
It's so warm.
All right, I'm gonna go a couple more squares, and I'm gonna say, I'm sorry, I had to go. I told you I had to go. Right. I'll be down real fast.
He is going to. He's not happy about it, but he's going to follow you upstairs. But he's keeping at least 10 feet distance from you.
What he doesn't know is I have reach.
Okay. Guy English, you are in the armory with a knocked out guard. A guard you have not urinated on.
Yet. All right, I'm taking the uniform.
All right, you shock the guard of his uniform, and I will say the guard's probably got like armor, and then they all have kind of like matching fancy white robes over the armor, and so it's kind of really easy to just put that on over your own nice. Equipment and whatnot. So we'll say that was your action. You are now disguised as a guard. None of the guards looks like Guy English, but you are disguised as a guard, not a particular guard, generic guard, just any regular guy.
Some old guy.
Yeah, just some guy.
Just some guy.
Some guy.
What would you like to do next?
So that was my action. So that means I have a move.
Indeed, you do.
I'm going to station myself. I'm going to move kind of towards the jugglers.
Okay, there's two.
Kind of like stand.
The jugglers. So everybody else is super into the fight. The jugglers are standing just over by the windows to the courtyard, and they look bored out of their minds. They're both smoking cigarettes and playing.
That's a window.
Trash.
Oh,
is that a window? We've all been using it like a door.
It's French doors.
Not English doors.
Job, I am French.
A door and a window.
Yeah. Ooh la la.
These
people are rich.
Yeah.
Doors are windows are
real
doors.
Bad for keeping your mansion secure, but so classy. And I apologize. There's no such thing as French doors. They are what we call in the mansion business goblet doors. All right, that was Diendo. That was Guy English. Hrill, you have knocked over a bunch of dishes.
Um, hmm. It's gonna be hard for me to leave, being the VIP and all.
You did probably get some food or beverage on your robes.
It's true. You know what? I'm gonna excuse myself because I need to clean up before the after party.
Yeah.
Costume change.
All right.
So I'm going to start slinking out in this direction.
All right. Roll stealth.
Stealth?
Roll stealth. You said slink. Slink sounds sneaky.
I am very stealthy. I rolled 25.
All right. Vasha, Vasha
my...
snaps her fingers and motions for two guards to escort you, but somehow they lose you in the crowd.
And I can do double my move, right?
Because
I am.
You didn't attack her.
Else.
Yeah.
So I should be about here.
All right, you cross the courtyard and enter the Great Hall. There might be a few people in the Great Hall, but their interests are all most of them are like standing by the doors, the goblin doors, or the windows peeking out at the fight. So no one notices, an ominous warlock crossing the Great Hall. Eloise of the Woods, would you like to be doing anything at this time?
I'm going to let Hrill know that they made it out safe. I'm kind of just stationed here, keep playing, jamming, vibing.
I mean,
keeping it.
Just as a curiosity, do you have any healing?
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably take this owlbear single-handedly.
Touch. Okay. Oh, healing word does do. I thought I had to touch you. Which
I can also heal with a touch, but
but
it's just real conspicuous.
I have
to run out into.
I have healing word.
Healing word. You just have to hear it.
Yep. So I will add to the song that I am playing.
Ooh.
I'm going to let's see.
There's a bridge in the middle that's
it's like a solo or.
Yeah,
well,
just a little.
Eloise is the only one playing music right now.
So it's all a solo. So I'm gonna riff and think of something creative here to add and say heal. You're healing.
All right, roll that healing word.
D4.
We'll add something creative in post.
Yeah. 3 + 3 is 6.
I will take it.
Use offer code top 4 summer. That's really
all right. Valeria, it is your turn. You've just been healed.
I want to say that every time one of these pixies has exploded, it's just like a cloud of blood. So I am dripping in blood.
What color is pixie blood though? It's like tie-dye.
I think it's yeah, I mean, I think each one's probably a different color.
Like a fuchsia?
It's just glitter.
It's just blood with glitter in it, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm drenched, looking the part. And kind of just
what part is that you're looking at?
I'm sort of I'm just looking over at Vasha,
Okay.
But
this is considered cool in your culture?
Yes.
Yeah, does she dig it?
I think she does. I mean,
okay.
Okay. So
there's a lot riding on this fight.
Not too unlike what happens between two orcs during private times. So
okay. Is there always an owlbear?
Yeah.
Only for special events.
Yeah.
Okay.
The owlbear is considered sacred in my culture.
Then why are you earning it?
Stop killing it.
Okay, I will attempt to swing my sword again at said owlbear, and that is a 23.
That definitely hits. Owlbear is big, slow, lumbering, full of owls.
Multiple owls?
And I do...
That would be an owl. That would be an owl's bear.
Yeah.
It has a right to bear owls.
10 damage to owlbear.
All right. That owlbear looks like 2 good hits would take it out. He's getting a little dizzy. He's taking a lot of hits. A lot of pixies have exploded near it. The owlbear is next. It opens up. This time it's gonna mix it up. It's gonna try and claw you first and then peck at you.
Wow.
I have rolled a 21.
Oof, that'll hit.
10 damage, and it pecks at you. I have rolled a 25.
That probably hits.
All right. Each of those attacks would do 10 damage,
So
and then I believe
just
you.
take, half of that. It's a good thing I had this half damage, or I'd have been dead long ago.
Yeah. What's your
I have 11 hit points. I've got 11 left.
Oh,
Okay.
which is to say one
good hit.
one beak and one, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Does anything happen at the end of the owlbear's turn? There's still a pixie?
There is a pixie which explodes at the back of its head like a kind of
The owlbear rolls a 14 to try and roll out of the way. I forget what it had to get.
Yeah, that's fine. It beat it.
All right.
But it's still covered in more blood.
All right. Diendo, you are on the stairs. You are heading up to the second floor of the mansion. There is a guard, not hot on your heels, cool on your heels. Yeah, and there's kind of a, I guess you leaving a bit of a trail. As you head up to the second floor.
Easy to find then.
Yeah. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
All right. Now
gotta go the whole time.
You make things complicated because now you're on 2 floors of the mansion at once. So I get to flip back and forth between maps. Steve, that's you on the do you see the second floor map now?
Yep. Yes, I do.
That's you coming up the stairs there.
All right. I'm gonna blast along into the hallway and see what I can see.
You blast along into the hallway. You come up the stairs. You're at a big still it's a mansion, and this is clearly the kind of the private quarters, but pretty nice, fancy wide hallways, lots of doors and lots of artwork on the walls. There's clearly a variety of chambers and hallways off here. You look left and you look right. You're at a bit of an intersection here. You can see a guard stationed north of the hallway. And he's looking at you with kind of a glare. There's a set of double doors right across the hall from you. There is another door a little bit further north down the hall there, and then there's several doors south down the hall.
Interesting. Okay.
So there are the guard is, I don't know, 30 or 40 feet down the hall across an intersection from you, glaring at you. You could duck into a room to the left or the right if you were so inclined.
And there's the double doors in front of me.
Yeah, double doors to your right, single door to your left. I forget how much you know about the map that you were given.
I did look at the map,
and
I know that the room in front of me has doors out as well as potentially windows I could bail out of. So I'm going to try and open the door to that room in front of me with the double doors.
All right, let me just check about.
Gotta go.
Do you think that this room should be locked? Tony asks himself.
There's other doors.
You just bounce off and hit another one.
Give me a strength check.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm good at. It's not actually what I'm good at.
Yeah, I was going to say, I love when I can never tell if it's sarcastic or not.
It's a 9.
Okay.
Which is a great roll.
You slam your shoulder into a door that is firmly locked and requires more than a 9 to break open. This door is locked.
Okay. So with my speed, do I have time to try the next door down the hall?
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
All right. I'm going to bounce off of that door drunkenly, as is my wont.
and
head
head
over
into
to the other
that door.
side and see
And I
about that
apologize, the
door.
grid doesn't quite line up.
How dare
You
you?
burst into that door. That door was unlocked, and
Oh, it's a
perhaps,
bathroom.
perhaps this is indeed the bathroom. This is clearly the private upstairs bathroom. There is, but it's a bathroom. There's a fancy ceramic bathtub in the center. There is, all the kinds of things that you would find in a bathroom, in addition to, some fancy towels, soaps, cosmetics, and whatnot. And it is indeed the bathroom. So you have really sold what you were trying to do.
All right. Diendo goes in and slams the door and yells, "Thanks for the escort."
All right. We'll see what happens. We'll see how that works out. Eloise of the Woods, you are we're back at the stage. Do you want to do anything helpful from the stage for the fight? Or
yeah, I would like to do another healing word.
And so you do.
Every healing word, I can probably survive another round with this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled you get 8 back.
Ooh, that's nice. I'm at 19.
All right. Guy English, you are disguised as a guard and standing next to some
trash.
Some just why I don't understand why we're so anti-juggler. Yeah, some real juggalos.
I whispered to the jugglers, "Hey, you see those two over there, the twinsies,
Anton and Mishka.
Yeah. They really hate jugglers. I've been hearing them talk smack like this whole time. Like they're really juggler racist. It's horrible. You should definitely confront them and change their minds. And I don't know, but or stay away from them. But either way, they're bad news. So I say that as like I'm walking away.
Give me a quick performance check as you lie to them about the juggler racism of Anton and Mishka.
Okay. That is an 8.
The two jugglers like look at you, look at each other, and go back to smoking their cigarettes as Guy English stalks away.
Useful. I just take my move of 30 and I'm over there.
All right.
Making my way to the stairs.
Yep.
And you can do double move though if you don't take an action, right?
I'll let you do a double move if you want, Guy.
Ooh, double move. 2, 3,
Double move.
4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah. I'm over here now.
He
All
is
right.
dashing.
By this goblin door.
Yes. Hrill, what would you like to be doing? You have made it to the Great Hall. You are, as a VIP, perhaps your actions may be more noticed than others, but
Well, I'm going to the bathroom too, so
okay.
it'll just be coincidence that I am, running into other people in the washroom.
Okay.
You should get to use the fancy bathroom as well because you're a special guest.
So which way are you heading?
Right here.
All right, you basically
I'm still sneak running.
Hrill and Guy English, you've kind of met up on the hallway,
High
leading
five.
toward the stairs.
Like sleek high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High five.
Let's see. So that's Eloise, that's Diendo, that's Hrill, that's Guy. I think that brings us back around to Valeria.
You had to make this map so big. It's taking us like
I'm
I
sorry.
just moved down the hallway. I'm just walking.
I can take an owlbear. I feel that I can do this. So
You got this.
I swing for one of its legs with my sword, and that is a 15.
15 hits an owlbear.
Yes. That's 1d8 plus 5. That is 10 damage.
Ugh, the owlbear looks like it is on its last legs, but it is still enraged, and it looks It's going to try and do as much damage to you as it can before it takes it out. The courtyard is covered with blood, both half-orc, pixie, and owlbear blood, and the guests are super into this because what do you like to do before you head to the basement and summon a demon? You like to see an owlbear murdered before your very eyes.
Or a half-orc.
This entertainment is exciting, and it is totally keeping the crowd captivated as the rest of our gang of hoodlums sneaks away to try and make their way upstairs to the office where something lies lurking, waiting to stop them before they get to the vault. Will the second floor be a bloodbath as rich and colorful as the courtyard, or will the rest of the heist go off without incident? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill: Party Crashers. The end.
Emphasis on the colon because Diendo's in the bathroom.
You did it. Good job, everybody. You haven't died. I think you technically have maintained stealth. And Diendo, you even found a bathroom. So
Now
And
I'm in
you
my
got
element.
to pee on somebody.
yeah.
You thought I was good with a pan flute. Well, wait till you see me in the bathroom.
A bedpan.
I'm proud of all of you.
I almost believe
I don't
it.
think proud is the word you're looking for. There,
Yeah. So, listeners / live stream, we will be back at a to be determined point, and probably, I think we might be able to finish up this adventure in one more session. We'll see. You never know. Anything can happen. But thank you for watching and listening, and we'll see you soon.
6 years from now, on the 4th of July, we're still finishing up the heist.
Yeah.
Diendo's just finished in the bathroom.